of life coming up, loads of amazing deals for you, and I need to tell you about a very special promotion as well. Buy anything from the sewing and needlecraft section of the website and you will get a free random bonus plot twist. It's going to be fabulous quality, ½ meter of fabric. It will automatically be added to every single basket. There is nothing that you need to do, so even more reason to treat yourself to something fabulous today. I am not here on my own. She is back. She's no doubt going to be trouble. Leann is back in the building. How are you, Leann?
I have definitely got my trouble trousers on today, Joe.
Oh no.
I put them on especially for you this morning. I thought, I'm doing a show with Joe. I need my trouble trousers on. I'm really excited to be here, actually. You've got some fabulous stuff on this softer side show. Some of my favourites, which is great. And I think you're going to love them too. And of course, always, fabulous bargains.
Absolutely. Definitely get ahead over on the website. Have a little look at everything that's coming up in the show. craftscompanion.co.uk.com.au if you want to head over there. And also coming up towards the end of this show, she is back. Jodie J is in the building. How are you, Jodie?
I'm absolutely fine. We are going to look at the beautiful skylight
Aren't they
lanterns
gorgeous?
later on. These are a masterpiece, but really easy to put together. We've also got not just a hamper, the happy hamper.
Oh, happy hamper.
We've got the little vases to match as well. And then last but not least, we've got the beautiful floral strips as well. Absolutely delightful dies, 5 dies in each of those configurations, but they are simply beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
Amazing. All of that coming up with Jodie a little bit later towards the end of this show. So make sure you stick around for that. We had a very, very busy Wake Up Call and Craft Chat Create featuring all things Tonic a little earlier. So do go back and check that out if you wish. We, of course, have some fabric of the week. And Leann, have you felt this fabric?
I have felt that fabric.
Oh, it's like the inside of a puppy dog's ear.
That's a very good way of describing
Isn't
it.
it?
But I mean, I don't think I've felt a cotton inside of a puppy dog's ear.
Oh, but you know, it's
a
all
soft toy.
soft and
It is
buttery
very soft.
and gorgeous.
Do you know what it is, Joe? It's the weave of the cotton. It's the density of the weave of the cotton, and it's the quality of the fibre that it's woven from that gives you that real high quality quilter's cotton feel to it. Really is. I mean, Lewis and Irene are a phenomenal and respected brand in the patchwork and quilting industry, and they do have one of the most superior, I think, in terms of feel. Real luxury. You know you're getting a piece of luxury, and if you're making gifts or if you're making quilts for loved ones, heirloom pieces, this is the kind of quality of fabric you need because it's going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, it really is. It's almost cool to the touch, so you can really feel that quality.
It's like that Egyptian cotton feel,
Yeah,
isn't it? Yes, from
absolutely.
real luxurious sheets in a posh hotel.
Oh,
that's what it feels
yes, you
like.
can, well, not just a posh hotel, honestly. I've got those cool sheets at home. If you've got those really lovely cottons. Let me take you through the designs that you've got then. Half-metre pieces. The great thing about buying fabrics from us here at Crafts Companion is if you're buying multiples of the half metres, we can cut them as one piece up to 8 metres, which is quite rare these days, but we still do that for you, cut by hand. And that's great if you are using this for larger things like dressmaking or home decor and you just want those larger pieces. So let me take you through what you've got. It's the mini heart floral pink on cream. A fifth of the stock of that one has already sold out. Same for you in the yellow. Oh, shut the front door and the back door. 40% has gone in the yellow. It's a real zingy sort of citrus lemon. Really beautiful, very summery. Would go beautifully with that floral blue, which has 30% of the stock sold out already on that particular one. This one is loads of fun. This one here is your spring gnomes on cream. As you can see, you've got bunnies in there, there's little chicks in there too, perfect for Easter, great for all year round. Really fun, that one. Then we've also got the mirrored bunnies and chicks on rose pink. If you open this up, you see there are like little sort of frames in here that are super cute. $6.99 or $10.49 again for each half-metre piece of that. And then this one, I absolutely love it. The spring floral on cream. Definitely got a bit of a sort of 70s vintage vibe to it. However, 3/4 of this has already gone. That is checked out baskets. And a lot of you with that sat in your basket at the moment. If that's in your basket, I'm going to urge you already to think about checking that one out. $6.99 or $10.49. Now, lots of you are chatting away with us in the comments. If you want to come and join the conversation, you can. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. Marie says, good morning from Maine via South Carolina.
Wow.
Via South Carolina. Maybe, are you on vacation? I'm confused. I feel like I need a little bit more context there, please, Marie. Arena says, good morning, Becky and the CTV team. Becky is off this week, it is Leann. Shirley says, good morning, have a wonderful day. Mary Pat is in from Montana as well. So excited to have Leann as our instructor today. Really looking forward to this class. And Shadai says, good morning, Prince Joe. And the lovely, fabulous Mrs. Chivers. Any questions you've got, get them into us. Right, I also need to tell you, about a mystery bag. Now, you will get 4 random half meters of fabric, but, oh yeah, check out the price. Now, you will get at least £41.96 or $52.86 worth of fabric for £20 or $25. I'm just going to show you this. I mean, it could be this piece of fabric you get in here. You will, do you know what? Erin, great point. You will get 5 half meters because you will get an extra half meter because this is a purchase from the Softcraft section of our website. I'm just going to show you this just to demonstrate what a half meter piece is. It will be 4 random half meters, but the great thing is so many projects you can make from a half meter. You could multi-order this as well, no reason why. Even if you've got some duplicates, it wouldn't be great to have those. £16 or $20 for Platinum members. We don't bring in the mystery bags anywhere near as often as we would like. So whilst we've got those on the show, snap them up. You do not get the bag included, I need to let you know. Right, we're going to start with, I feel like it's a jam-packed show, this Softer Side of Life today. You are going to get the binding tool and the strips. Now, I believe you are getting the binding tool for free, which is lovely. It's my favourite prize. So the strip roll here, or the jelly roll, as it sometimes is referred to. Some really lovely blues within there, which is fantastic. And also the binding tool in there. So just to start with then, Leann, the binding tool, what are we going to be using that for? What's that going to do for us?
So your binding tool will help you get the perfect finished edge on anything that you need to put a bias bind around. That could be binding around an apron, around your oven gloves, around a placemat, around a quilt. It could be around a pot stand, anything at all where you've got a raw edge and you want to encase that raw edge in a binding, but you want to get the perfect join. Now, doing the binding tool with the fabric roll strip, I think, is absolutely genius. And the reason for that is these strips are actually at the perfect width to get really lovely depth of binding. And so you don't need to cut lots of strips because you've already got that perfect length. So all you would be doing is folding that in half and giving it a press, which is what I've got here, you can see, to create the binding around my project. So having the binding tool with your strip roll, I think, is absolutely genius. Now, you can buy bias binding, Joe. You can buy pre-made bias binding. I really don't like it because it's crunchy. Have you know the stuff? It's crunchy.
Crunchy?
It's like a... It's not like a... well, you can buy expensive, high-end quality cotton ones, but they're blooming expensive. For a reasonable one, you know, it's kind of like a rough, canvasy, jutey texture. They're just not soft and lovely and warm and enveloping and kind. And when you're doing something like a lap quilt or a bed quilt or something that you want to snuggle up in, you don't want that crunchy edge catching you every time you put it on and off. You want the binding to be as beautiful as the material you're making the quilt from. Just
for the benefit of my brain, what is the difference between piping and binding?
Oh, I can absolutely tell you.
Because in my head, when we talk about binding, I automatically think about piping instead. I don't know why. Right. I struggle to make the point of difference between the two.
Here is a project here that is bound.
Okay.
So here's a little lap quilt. And this is made with the little tools that we've got later on to show you, know, the little patchwork pieces.
Yeah.
This edging here is a bound edging.
Okie doke.
Now, the reason it's a bound edging in, because that would have been, let me move that bit of paper, let's show you the tool, raw, like this. So you can see you've got your backing, you've got your wadding, and you've got your top piece here. So that edging is raw and unfinished.
Yep.
And we don't want raw, unfinished edging on our project.
No.
So that's when we bind it. So that's taking a piece of material, folding it round that raw edge and encapsulating it inside.
Perfect.
That's binding. Piping is when you've got a piece of cord inside your bound edge. So we've got the piece of fabric in half here. You would have a piece of cord in here, and when you're stitching it, you would be stitching it right close to the edge. So when you turn it inside out, you've got a raised, round, cylindrical corded bit of piping sticking out of the seam.
So it's very similar.
No, not at
all. Okay. It's just so good. Piping is just binding with cord inside.
I'm trying. Can we send people on a mission?
I mean, you think that we're going to have pipe cushions in this building? I don't think so.
I think if we have a look in the green room and we go for a little wander, we've got to be able to find a cushion with some piping. It's like the binding encapsulates the raw edge. piping gets sewn into a seam. So you don't encapsulate it with a piping, you actually sew it into a seam. We're looking for it. We're going to look for some cushions, and then I'll be able to explain it to you. You definitely won't find a piped cushion in those samples there, Joe.
No, I thought we were.
No. But anyway, so piping goes in a seam, binding goes around a raw edge.
Oh, okay. So pretty similar.
No, not at all. Right, now then, one of the things when I've done binding before I had the binding tool, when I was doing my binding, I would end up with a horrible lump in the middle. Because if you can't get that lovely mitered edge, all you can do, let me move these out of the way, when you've got your pieces is try to sew those two together, try to get them turned over, and then because you don't know where you're going, you'll sew it straight. And then when you go to turn it over, it'll go all wonky and this bit will stick out here. And then if you try to fold it over again and try to slip stitch it, it all goes a little bit mad down here somewhere, and it leaves a lump and doesn't look like a really lovely streamlined finish. Now, you found some piping.
Yeah, I don't know whose bag this is. I said, whose bag is this to Erin? She's like, oh, I don't know, I just found it in the gallery. I mean, you can see it's going to be quite hard for you to see on the black, though, I'm afraid. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that, I'm afraid.
Do you want a piece of white paper behind it?
I'll give it to you. You can try. Hang on.
Yeah, come on. Bring it to me. Let's see, Leann. Thank you. And now Joe's going to pass me the bag. And then it's like seamless TV, isn't it? Don't do it. Honestly, it's like seamless TV. Right, this is definitely piping. Okay, so I am sure the gorgeous Charlotte can get really close on this and show you there. You can see it there sticking up. You can see that ridge there where I'm running my fingernail, just along there.
Yeah.
That is encapsulated in the seam. So
yes.
It's stitched out, and it's got a piece of rope almost, cord,
yeah.
thick cord in there. That gets stitched into the seam to finish it, which is very different to binding.
Yes.
I mean, thank you, whoever's that bag is.
We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know whose it is.
I mean, we're just going to put it back where we found it, so we're not going to open it. Putting it down there. I won't trip on it.
Oh, sorry,
Right.
just fixing my hair there.
So, if you've tried to bind without a binding tool, you will have ended up where you've got two loose ends on your project, and what you will have tried to do is stitch them together. You'll have tried to fold that over. You'll have had pieces sticking out in the middle. You'll have tried to slip stitch it. It won't have been nice and neat. You might have tried to join the ends by rolling it up and sticking one end inside the other, and then trying to stitch that round your project. It really just does become a bit of a nightmare, Joe.
Yeah, bit of a faff by the sounds of it.
It really is a huge faff, where the binding tool makes it incredibly easy. So I've got a piece of white card here just so I can show you what the binding tool is made up of. This little gadget will change your life when it comes to binding, and you will never ever look back, and you'll want to bind every single project that you're doing because of it. So on here you've got your perfect 45-degree angle. You've got all of your seam allowance included, and you've got all of your instructions included on here as well. How to cut the right side of the binding, and then how to cut the left side of the binding. So you can see there, and even the writing is written the opposite way, so you know you've got to face them the right way because you can read it. So we've been really careful about doing that so you can't get the tool the wrong way around. And if you try to use the tool like that, you still can't read it because the writing's all back to front. So if you can read the writing, you're cutting on the right side, and if you can read the writing, you're cutting on the left side. So it gives you all of those instructions on there. Now, very easy, Joe. So what you do is when you're doing a larger project, you do your binding all the way around the outside, turn your corners as you will be used to doing, and then what you do is you stop sewing and back tack and leave yourself on both sides a gap of 12 inches.
Okie doke.
So you can see I've done that there. There's my gap where I've stopped stitching, and that's for my binding to be joined in the middle. And I've back tacked on both sides so that it doesn't come away. So I take those two pieces, and then I take a pen. I need to find a pen. Finding a pen, Joe. Bear with.
I've got a pen,
Any
a biro.
pen? I mean, really, I could do with one of those
A little heat erasable marker.
heat erasable marker, but I'm just going to use a regular biro for now. You'll forgive me, I'm sure. So you take your tool and you line it up. So here I'm cutting the left side so I can read. I'm just going to show you to cut the left side. I line that up with where I've stopped stitching. Okay, and then where I've stopped stitching, here is my placement marker. I make a little mark, and then what I do is I draw a line down vertically here, and then I put that mark on there and I do my 45-degree angle down here. I've got a piece done, so I can show you this again in a second. I then put that out the way, flip my tool around, because now I'm able to read to cut the right side. I then do the same thing again. I line up my tool where I've stopped stitching, and it doesn't matter actually where you stop stitching, as long as your gap is around 12 inches.
Okay.
And always have your pieces of fabric a little bit longer than that. Can you see how they're overlapping? So you're going to have your, I'll show you this here, your pieces of fabric are overlapping in the centre by a bit. So then you put it back on to where your stitching has stopped, draw your little mark for your placement line, and then when you've drawn that line down, you put your placement line back on and do your 45-degree angle. So I've got one of those already done, and I'm not going to write on this because this is a fantastic demo that we're going to use time and time again when we show you this, because it's just so easy. And what I've just explained to you, you can see I've done here. So I've stopped stitching there, I've lined it up, and here you can see my hand-drawn line is immediately underneath that placement line. I'm going to put that under there so you can see it. Immediately underneath that placement line. So I've got a vertical line there, I've then popped that back on here, and I've drawn my 45-degree line there. Okay? And then I've done exactly the same on this side. So when I turn my tool round, here's my stopped stitching mark. There's my placement line again. You can see my placement line follows the pen line that I've drawn up there. And then because I'm using the tool the other way around, I should have turned it round, Leanne, then I'm drawing my 45-degree line there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Once you've done that, do I cut it or not? You cut. Imagine I'm cutting. I think I'm just going to cut it, Joe.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to do it because I want to show you. I'm living life on the edge today.
You
Because
really
I've
are,
cut
you're a
that
rebel.
45-degree line, look what happens here now. Can you see how it's matching that line there?
Perfect.
That I've drawn perfectly. And it's a perfect, if I do that, seam allowance over.
Ah.
So then I do the same on this side, and I've got my seam allowance in the right place. By cutting that, you can see what I mean. Then you fast forward, and you've got two perfect pieces where all you do is turn them round, stitch along the bits that you've cut, and you've got perfect binding with a seam that is the exact size now for you to stitch along there and then turn that binding over, and you cannot see the join. Isn't it good?
It's really, really good.
Absolutely magic.
And you think that you're getting the binding tool totally free of charge in this particular configuration also. So yeah, you're paying for the fabric strip roll, which is great for, there's so many projects out there for fabric strip rolls or jelly rolls, whatever you call them, whether they are quilts, cushions, a whole host of different things. So you're getting that, that's what you're paying for, $14.99 or $16.95. And then we're going to give you the binding tool included in there. I've got some clamps next as well, some bobbin clamps, which are these ones just here. They are, as you might imagine, a clamp for your bobbin.
Wow!
How are we going to use these, Leanne?
For a clamp for your bobbin?
Yeah.
Oh, all the time, Joe. I've got loads of them. So basically, you know when you have your bobbin thread, and do you know what a bobbin is?
Yeah.
The bit that goes
The bit
in the
in the
bottom of
bottom,
your sewing
yeah.
machine, yes. So they're a nightmare when you try to store them, because when the thread's on there, as soon as you catch it, all reels off everywhere, Joe. And then if you put them in a tub, you get all the bits of thread mixed up, and then you pick the wrong one up, and then it unwinds, and you've got a load of thread wasted there, and then they all get in a knot, and you don't know what you're doing with it. It's terrible. It's such a challenge. Wear a clamp, clamp it on, thread stays still, whack them all in a tin, don't waste any thread, they don't get knotted.
How amazing. And you've got in there, how many do you get? You get 20 in there as well.
That's really
so
good.
Absolutely loads to keep going. It's a half price deal as well. We also have the quilting pattern reference guide, which is brilliant if you want to be doing those sort of free motion quilt patterns, but also just a brilliant tool for a whole host of different things. If you struggle with aligning stuff, if you struggle maybe getting things square on your projects, this is going to be great for allowing you to get some brilliant results. It's 50% off it. It's your last chance to get a hold of it at this deal. $14.99 or $12.47 is your price here. on this one. And it gives you accuracy with your quilting. Especially brilliant if you're going to use the quilting reference guides or the quilting pattern guides, which are these ones just here that I want to show you. Love these because they're great value, but also even better value because they give you multiple patterns for each tool, which is excellent. So, are you getting all of them for that price? Oh my, it's a half price deal for you. Let me take you through the ones you got then. So this one here, this is your orange peel. And you can see the six different patterns that you can achieve along the side here. You will also get this one, which is your apple cores. You've got the circles, and you'll also get the clamshells as well. You will, of course, need to make sure you've got a free motion quilting foot. But we've got those over on the website for you as well. So do pop over there, and you'll be able to find them. $30.38 or $39.92 if you are a Platinum member. Now we have a brilliant selection of builder blocks for you. These have been designed by Karen Lewis as well. So 3 different designs are on here for you. I'm going to come around so I can show you. So the first one we've got is a geometric arrows. Now what I love about these is you've got 3 different projects within each one. So the geometric arrows, you can do the quilt, the cushion, and also the apron. Full instructions included for you as well, which is excellent. Then you have the Catherine wheel. Now the Catherine wheel, that's going to enable you to create a really cool little tote bag, a quilt, and also a wall hanging too. So again, 3 really cool projects for you within there. And you've also got the Bejeweled Delights, which is the one next to it here. And again, you've got a quilt, but also a storage caddy, and also the table runner as well. So again, 3 really cool projects in there. You've got full instructions included too, as well as all the dies in there. And the great thing about using your dies for your patchwork quilting is that you know you're going to have that precision every single time. It's just going to make your job so much easier when it comes to working these projects up. Rosalind says, hello from Maryland, everyone. Finally up to watch the entire show. Stephanie says, hello, Joe and Leanne. Enjoyed the awkwardness stories this morning. Today's National Awkward Moment Day, Leanne. So have a little think. I'll ask you towards the end of this hour if you've got any awkward moment stories you'd like to share. I have a feeling that Charlotte's probably got a lot of awkward moment stories. I don't know why. I just think she might have. Maybe Erin will have some too. We'll ask as the show goes along. Paul says, piping can be done on any seam. Binding is a finish for a raw edge. There you are. Aisha says, what better day to sit and watch Crafters TV in the sun? I must admit, spring has finally sprung, it feels here in the UK. It may be chilly out there, but it is very, very sunny. It was -2 when I got up this morning, Leanne.
Wow, -2.
2.
It's not meant to be winter, Joe.
I know, freezing in March, blooming freezing. Any questions you've got, get them into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you are across on YouTube. Don't forget as well, the builder blocks, they are on a buy one, get one half price too. So don't go for one of them. Make sure you're selecting 2 of those and getting 2 in your basket. Right, Leanne, what would you like to share with us next?
We're going to have a look at these fabulous dies by Karen Lewis. Now, Karen is a friend of Joe Avery, who we know, who did some lovely dies for us. And she's done these really lovely builder block dies, which make it easy to put together some really quite complex quilt designs, but put them together very, very easy. So I'm just going to show you how the dies cut first, and then we're going to have a little look at how we assemble. Now, the most important thing is, with any set of builder block dies, you always get, here it is here, your full instructions. So we give you a full instruction book, and we show you the inspiration, so the things you could make. Here's a little bit about Karen, tells you all about the lovely Karen. I'll just tell you here, Karen is a screen printer, fabric designer, quilt designer, and author of Screen Printing at Home and Wabi Sabi Sewing.
And what?
Is it Wabi Sabi or Wabi Sabi? Joe's laughing at me. Why are you laughing at me, Joe?
What is it called?
Well, it's called either Wabi Sabi or Wabi Sabi. Shall I spell it out to you?
Is it Wabi Sabi or Wabi Sabi?
I mean, I think we might be having a Freshie-net moment.
You think you may have just had a Frexie-net moment?
I
Yeah,
think so.
I'm coming over to have a look.
Okay, come and have a look, Joe. Come and see. This is either, and I haven't got my glasses on, Joe, so remember, I might have read it wrong.
Oh, I suddenly feel a bit taller over this side.
That's because of my platform. Wabi Sabi or Wabi Sabi.
Wabi sabi.
Wabi sabi.
Yeah, I reckon.
You reckon it's an R, not an
I
A?
could be wrong. I mean,
right,
I'm from
okay.
Essex. Who knows?
So, Karen, if you're watching, can you message in and tell us how we phonetically say that? 'Cause I think
Yes,
it's great.
please.
Lives on the edge of Leeds, Yorkshire, in the UK, with her husband and 3 virtually grown-up children. So, and a much-loved cockapoo. I mean, just a lovely little bit about Karen there. We tell you all about the dies that come in the pack, and then we here tell you the measurements of those, and then show you all of the different ways you can put them together for the different projects that we've got. So you get all of the instructions you need, plus the dies, all of the inspiration. It makes it very, very easy for you. And you don't need to add this to any of the other builder block systems you've got. So if you're thinking, oh, but I didn't buy the big builder block system, so I won't get this because I won't be able to do those quilts. Not true. Everything you need to be able to do what I'm going to show you is in this packet, and you can do all of those finished results by just getting that one die set, which is great. So I've got my dies, I've got some fabric, and I've got my fabric plates here. I'm going to pull my Gemini a bit closer. And then all I'm going to do is take the dies from the sheet. Now these are our deep multimedia dies, so these are perfect for cutting your fabric. I've got my fabric plate A on the bottom. And then I've got several layers of fabric here. I'm going to use my big jewel die. And then I'm going to use what I call fondly my little puppy dog ear die. And put that one down there. It'll become obvious why in a second. And then I'm going to pop my B cutting plate on top of there. My final clear plate on top of there. And then I'm just going to run it through my Gemini machine, Joe.
Okie doke. I'm just investigating wabi sabi. I feel like we need to, because I'm hoping that Wikipedia will phonetically spell it out for me if I search for it. Here we go, I've got it. It's a traditional Japanese aesthetic. It's a worldview centred on the acceptance of transience and imperfection. The aesthetic is sometimes described as one of the appreciating beauty that is imperfect, impermanent and incomplete in nature.
Oh, wow. Isn't that great? So that I would love to know how to pronounce it.
I think it's quite a big thing in Japan. It's quite a big thing, I think. So it just means, you know, slight imperfections.
Yes. Yeah, so but if it is Japanese, then I think it is going to be wabi sabi.
Not wabi sabi.
Not wabi sabi, like I said.
Wabi sabi sounds like a. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there before I get myself in trouble.
It sounds like an alien in Star Wars. That's what it sounds like.
Wabi sabi.
Wabi sabi. So I've run this through my Gemini, and I'm just taking my dies out. And what you'll see is that you have perfect cuts through several layers. So you can start to put the blocks and the pieces together for your quilt designs really quickly and easily, because you've got the extreme precision. And this is why I personally will only put these types of blocks together using a die system, because I do not have the skill, the patience or the time to cut these pieces out using a rotary trimmer and a ruler. And the thing is with these blocks, Joe, when you're putting something like this together, precision is key. Of course. To be able to get it to all join together beautifully, to get lovely points that come together, to have the quilt be the right size or the piece be the right size for whatever the project is you're doing. And when you're doing it with dies, you are guaranteed of that every single time, where you're not if you're doing it manually. And I know there are lots of quilters out there who are very experienced at it and fantastic, and that's great. But for us who are short on time, short on experience, or just want to do something quick on a weekend, then this is the perfect system for you. So once you've cut out all of your pieces, you're going to start stitching them together. So I'll just move them out the way for now. And I've got my pieces here. So I've got 2 already together, and I've got 1 ready to be sewn in there. We're going to look at how to construct one of these blocks. The reason I said about my puppy dog ears earlier is because this shape reminds me of a little puppy dog head, and then these remind me of the little puppy dog ears on the side when I stitch them on. It's just how I remember things myself, Joe. Because when I open this out, puppy dog ears.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it?
Or a fox.
Or a fox.
Yeah.
Or in fact a reindeer with no antlers.
A reindeer with no, so a deer.
A deer.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. One of them, yeah. So now I'm just going to stitch them on. So I'm moving over to my sewing machine. And the thing about this, I just want to point out, see how you've got your little flat bits here? This is your perfect seam allowance. so you know where to sew. You can see your 1/4 of an inch is already included there, so it helps you guide when you go to put it under your foot to get the perfect 1/4 of an inch. It's included in the cut piece from the die.
Excellent.
So just line it up in your machine to your 1/4 of an inch mark and stitch down it. Now I'm just going to make sure that I haven't got it on Bernie speed. No, I haven't. Because that always catches me out, you know, Jo.
Yeah,
Bernie speed. Honestly, she's definitely like warp 10 in Star Wars or Star Trek when she sews.
Maybe she serves at Wabi Sabi speed.
Maybe she is. All right, Jo. Let me off. I think I'm going to be reminded of this, aren't I, for a long time to come. A bit like
for anyone that
Frexi-net.
doesn't know about the Frexi-net story, just
tell everybody, Jo.
Yeah, well, it is National Awkward Moment Day, so
Well,
there you are.
Yeah, thanks.
Leann once come in, I think it was when we were over the road, wasn't it? During, you know, one of the many, many lockdowns. I went, oh, we were talking about Prosecco, and Leann goes, oh, I've got a favourite one. I love it. It's called that one, you know, Frexi-net.
That was an awkward moment.
Was talking about the well-known brand of Prosecco called Freshenet. So therefore, we've always called it Frexi-net now.
And Joe's face was a picture because he was going to just let me get away with it.
I was too polite. I wasn't. Was I going to say something, or was it Laura?
No, Laura wasn't there. Oh no, Laura was also
Laura
standing
Middleton,
there.
I think,
Laura
was there.
Middleton, she was also standing there. But Joe's face was a picture because he kind of looked at me. Then there was like recognition, realised on his face.
It was not irony. No
that
irony.
wasn't. And then I thought, oh, what is that look? And then he just looked at me and then went in my face and said, "It's not Frexi-net, love, it's Freshenet." That was an awkward moment, Joe.
It was a little bit awkward. Yeah, it was a bit awkward.
But it was a funny moment.
funny,
However,
though.
I still to this day say it's okay because a very sophisticated friend of ours
Also thought it was Frexi-net.
So
Yeah.
therefore, it's okay, I
Yeah.
think.
There
So
you
I've
are.
stitched my 2 little puppy dog ears on there, so you can see that piece is ready now. And now I'm going to do my kite, because I've got all of my pieces here that I need. And when this is finished, it will look like a kite.
Oh yeah.
And then you stick your puppy dog and your kite together. And I don't know about you, I find shapes everywhere, like when I'm in the bath and the tiles, in the clouds. Like when I'm in the bath, I've got, let me just qualify that, Joe. I've got travertine tiles in the bathroom.
Travertine.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
You know, like the marble sandstone stuff that you get in hotels, that kind of stuff.
Oh, I see, and they've got a bit of pattern in them, yeah.
They've all got like a self-pattern in them.
Right.
So I see all like hippopotamus, skeletons, monkeys, lions, all sorts in the shapes. When I'm lying in the bath, looking at the tiles.
Wow.
But I also see shapes in clouds, in the pavement. So I just see shapes everywhere, Joe, basically. Which is why when I'm making things like this, I then think about the shape it's making and talk to myself in that, because then I remember how the pieces go together. Because
you know that the puppy dog connects to the kite.
Correct.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Alicia's got an embarrassing story. She says, OMG, I do. I answered the phone at work and the person on the phone needed some info. I asked, what is your social security number, sir? Reply was, I am not a sir. I could have died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah. I had so many earlier, but, you know.
I don't want to
overshare.
I once asked someone when the baby was due.
Oh, well, Michelle McCarthy said that she had someone come round to her house and knock on the door and said, when's the baby due? And she went, 2 years ago.
I did want to do that. I was very young. It was a lot of years ago, and I learned from that because I have never ever presumed again, because I was mortified.
No,
and
never
I felt
do.
terrible. I really did feel very, very bad, very, very bad about that. So I've never asked such an indelicate question again, Joe.
No.
No.
Well, that took us on
young
return, didn't
Leann.
it?
But you did ask.
I know I did.
Right. So now I've got my top of my kite. That's getting sewn into the bottom of my kite. How am I for time on this, Joe?
You're doing great for time. You've got about 45 seconds left. No,
Oh, thanks, Joe.
I'm only kidding. You've got about 6 minutes left.
I won't need 6 minutes, so that's great.
Okey-doke.
So I'm just stitching the top to my kite now, following my 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now what I would be doing, of course, at home, I've got my iron down there, I'd be pressing all of, I think I'm going to do it, I'm going to get
And
my
would
iron
you
up.
press both seams in the same direction, or would you press them open?
Now that's a personal preference when it comes to
Oh.
quilting, isn't it? Some teachers will have you press all to the left or all to the right, some will have you press open.
Okay.
I tend to press open, although I'm sure there are many professional, and I'll do a mixture of both, which is
Right.
very bad.
Depends how you feel.
Depends how I feel. There will be professional patchworkers out there really screaming at the TV right now, saying,
no.
absolutely not, Leanne. But it's just how it's happened. So that's what I do. So you see how this one's pressed open because I stitched it open in the seam allowance. So if I tried to stitch it to turn it to one side now, I would get a crease in my seam here.
Right.
But you know, when you turn it there, you can't really see the
No.
you can't really see the difference. So I mean, I tend to think just, you know, as long as you've pressed them and they're flat, you do you.
Yeah, you don't need a wonky. You don't want lumpy seams, do you?
You don't want lumpy seams, but I think, you know, if you're being purist and you're really wanting to know how, then more often than not, it's pressing to one side like that.
Okie doke.
But just depends how I feel on the day, because I'm not a professional patchworker. I'm a hobby patchworker who does things to give to their family. But if you're wanting to do it as more than that, then you would press them to one side. So I've got that all pressed, and now what I need to do is join those pieces together. So if I take this piece that I did, I can see I've got my puppy dog ears, and I've got my kite. And I need to sew my kite and my puppy dog ears together, because that's going to be exactly the same as that one. I've used that as my map.
Okie doke.
Okay, so I'll just fold that over there. And what I tend to do to get them the right way is I will line them up like that so I know it's going in the right direction. And then I fold one over on top of the other. And now I know that I'm going to be sewing the correct
And
two
is that what
pieces
we're talking
together.
about? We're talking about right sides together.
Yes, right
'Cause
sides means the correct side of the fabric.
Yeah,
so wrong
because
side
in
is where
my
your seams are.
head, when they say right sides together, I think about the right-hand sides must be together. That's where my brain goes. I don't know why. As a non-sewist, I feel like that's where my brain
I see.
goes. A lot of you chatting away. Jenny says, Leanne, the demonstration was brilliant about the binding tool. I now understand how to use it for the first time. Rosalind saying, what a great price for the pattern reference guide as well. Alicia says, will the quilting pattern reference guide work for lining up card layers? I don't see why it wouldn't, especially if you want to find a centre point and then line things up. There's no reason why you couldn't use that. I would also say make sure you head over to the website and have a little look at everything that is in this Softer Side live show, because so many things we're not even going to get a chance to share with you live over the next couple of hours. So crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, hit the shop the show button, and there you'll see absolutely everything.
So now I've got those together. I've got my two pieces of puppy dog ears and kites already done. And one piece is sewn together here, and I need to do the next piece. Now, when you start putting them together, your instructions will tell you, but if you don't want to look at them, you can follow the pattern. So here you can see I'm forming a pinwheel of the design with the red pieces alternate. So now this piece I've put together, I just need to make sure that the puppy dog ear, the puppy dog goes next to the kite, and then I sew those together, and that gives me the perfect block when it's sewed together and joined.
Brilliant.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely makes sense.
And then when you've done that, when you've sewn it all together and you put a little edge around it,
oh, nice.
then you've got a beautiful cushion project. And that's just by doing some sashing and then making yourself a little envelope back if you want to. You've got a beautiful cushion. You can use any kind of fabric you've got at home. And that same die set will make you this gorgeous lap quilt.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a lovely design, isn't it? And that's using those bold fabrics. So instead of using a patterned fabric, use a nice blocked colour. Or you can do yourself a fancy table runner.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
I love
put it
blue
in
and
the middle
orange
of the
together.
table. It's lovely, isn't it? I like these types of things. I'm a messy makeup applier. So I've got a really lovely quilted table runner on my dressing table at home.
Right.
With all of my things on, and then when I spill the foundation, the lipstick, the powder, the eyeshadow and everything else that I spill, because I'm messy, I can put that in the washing machine. So you can put them anywhere really, Joe, and I love
Brilliant.
them. Yeah.
Love it. And it all starts with you getting them, of course. Full instructions, 3 projects in each of these as well. So remember what you've got in there. You've got geometric arrows, you've also got Catherine wheel, and you've got the Bejeweled Delights. Now, get 2 of these in your basket. You'll pay half price on the second one. So buy 1, get 1 half price. I need to tell you about these absolute essentials as well. It is, of course, your quilting clips. These are legendary, brilliant for sewing, of course. But also great if you're a paper crafter and you like to use wet adhesive when you construct. These are also great for clipping things in place and holding them still. 10 in a pack, you'll get 10 packs, so you get 100 of these. They are so often out of stock. You are saving more than you're spending here on what is an absolute essential as well. So definitely stock up on those. A lot of you multi-ordering there.
Do you know what else I use them for, Joe? I'm interrupting. You know, but I think it's important. You know those little quilting clips?
Yeah.
You know when you get random pieces of ribbon off your reel, or you've got a little bit left over, or you go and buy it in meters in the shop, and then when you put it in your drawer, it all unravels and it gets knotted together. I wrap them around my fingers and then clip it at the end with a quilting clip. And then I can keep it on my drawer. It stops it getting all unravelled in your drawer.
That's a really great idea. Love that one. Yeah, so many different uses for those. You get 100 of them there, which is great. Then we've also got some stencils available for you too. It is a 5-pack. You are saving over 80% here on these, which is awesome. So let me take you through exactly what you are getting. You have got the Celtic, which is this one here. You've got 2 in this particular one. Then you have also got your feathers. This one, yes, is it the feathers? It is the feathers, yes. I can never find the name on these. I don't know why, it always throws me. Then this one here is the geometric, and then you've got these 2 here as well. So this one is your medallion, and you've also got the geometric there as well. 4 in that particular one, and you've also got 4 in that one there as well. Now, not just brilliant price as well. Look at the savings: 66.96 or 79.76. Not just. I don't know why I've started singing all the prices, but I have. Don't forget as well, soft side of life, but also with some sprinkling of tonic. Just over an hour until Jodie J will be back in the house looking at all of those amazing construction items that we saw a little earlier. Let's just take a moment, have a quick reset whilst we do that. Let's share with you one of our incredible quick buys.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's fabric cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Make sure you join, totally free to join and unlock those even bigger discounts, which is amazing. These that we're going to bring you now, one of my all-time favourite sets of dies that we've brought to you from our soft craft section, because they are so multifunctional. Each set will make 3 different designs, all of them super functional, and you've got 3 sets of dies as well. So you've got 9 different projects within here, 4 video tutorials available as well to go with these. So you've got the jewellery case, which is fabulous, the travel wallet, and also the fold over clutch bag there as well. Then this one here I adore. This one here is your crescent clutch bag, your cosmetic bag, and also your mini bowling bag. And then this one here, this is going to give you the drawstring drum bag, which is fabulous. Makes a great little sort of yarn bag, that, if you want to crochet. You've also then got this one here, which is your cylindrical carry case, and this, which is fabulous, a plant pot as well. So
That's fantastic.
really cool.
You know what I'd be doing with the cylindrical fabric? You've got my creative juices of flowing, Joe. I love that idea for a yarn project bag. You know the little train case one below? You know how you've got eyelets? Put an eyelet or a couple of eyelets in the top, feed your strand of yarn through the top, yarn ball rolls around inside, knit, doesn't roll all over the floor and get dirty,
comes out.
Keeps it contained.
Or very fancy tissue holder.
Oh, yes. Oh.
That's me taking a tissue from a very fancy tissue holder.
In a very fancy way.
Everything I do is in a very fancy way, Leann.
You are fancy.
Under £40 or $55, you want to get these brilliant, brilliant value. What would you like to share with us on these, Leann?
We're going to do the clutch, because I really love it, and then I've got the other 2 to show you. I think this particular circular style of bag I really, really love, and especially when you've got a die set to help you with it, because I have tried in the past to do this circular type of bag using a dinner plate, a tray, what do you call them things that draw circles? Not a protractor,
Sorry?
the other thing. A compass. I've tried to use a pencil attached to a piece of string. They've never turned out circular or even semicircular. They've also turned out some kind of weird shape that's never been given a description ever in the history. So having a die set to give you those beautiful soft curves, and then all of the pieces that you need to use have the beautiful soft curves, is fantastic. So I've got 2 pieces of fabric here that I've just folded in half. So I've got the folds over on my left-hand side, and I've got 2 pieces, okay?
Okey-doke.
So I'm just going to make sure that those are on top of each other directly, like that. So my folds are both on the top of each other, and then I've taken one of my dies that come in the set to cut that beautiful soft curve. Now you get all of the dies you need in the pack. You get everything you need to do the bases, to do the zip enclosures, to do the gussets on the other bags, everything you need, the handle, the slip strap, the lot, all of the dies are included in here for you. You also get all of the instructions in here written, but then you also get those free to access full video tutorials on how to assemble. So do not worry about having to watch me or press record or memorize the things I'm showing you here, because there are full video tutorials included with these. With this die, where there is no metal, that's an indicator of where it lines up on the fold of your fabric. So make sure you go to the fold of your fabric, and then what I like to do is hold it still. And I do that with my repositionable tape. And what I do is I go to the end of the die, make sure my fabric 2 folds are still on top of each other, give them a little wiggle if you need to. I take the end of my die there, and then I go from the die across the fabric onto the plate. And then if I need to reinforce that anywhere, I will, because I don't want to waste any of my nice fabrics, Joe. I just want to make sure that I've got that die nice and still. So there we go up against the fold, on the die, across the fabric, onto the plate. There we go, and that keeps that nice and still for me. Once I've done that, I get the rest of my fabric plates, put them together, and then I'm just going to run that through the machine.
Brilliant. I don't think they're in stock at the moment, are they, the fabric plates?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Hopefully we will have them back in, because they are blooming brilliant, those fabric plates.
They are.
Really fantastic, aren't they?
They are. They extend the longevity of your cutting plates. They improve the performance of the cutting of your dies. They change your experience. If you're die-hard fabric die cutter, they will change your experience and allow you to access all of the reliable pressure, performance, reliability functions of the Gemini with your fabric, but prolong the longevity of your plates at the same
they
time.
are available on both the regular
Wow.
and junior sizes in the UK and the US, and actually in the pro size as well in the UK if you are a UK customer. So there you are. Go and check those out on the website.
So I took my tape off, I've removed my die, take away my waste. Now, if you just haven't quite got your die to the end on your fold, which I've done there, you can just do a little snip. That is not the end of the world, because the piece that you were really trying, that wasn't the die not cutting, that was me not getting the die right to the fold. The piece that this die is the most useful for is this perfect curvature here that we need. Okay, so you can do that if you didn't quite get it in the right place like me. So once you've got those pieces, you're going to cut 2 of those for the front and back of your bag. You're going to cut 2 more for the lining and 2 more for the wadding, which I've already got done here.
Excellent, in true TV style.
And then what you're also going to do is take the piece. So you can see I've got my 2 linings. I've got one already stitched on there. My 2 outsides. Where's my other one? Here it is here. My 2 outsides, and then I also took the small die that comes in, this one, and I've done my zip tabs. Okay, so once you've got all of your pieces, the next thing you're going to do is enclose your zip. So here's the zip that I need. It tells you the size of zip you need, so don't worry about that. It tells you that in the instructions that come with, and it also tells you on the video. And then I take my 2 little pieces of fabric that I cut out, fold them in half, put that round my zip, and stitch it in place, and that just edges the 2 sides of your zip for you. Then what you do is take your wadding, your inside and your outside, so your lining and your outside of your bag, and you line up your zip onto that. So we start, what I like to do is start, this is what I need it to look like. So I need my zip to be facing outside, because this is the outside of my fabric, so I need my pulley here. So once I know I've got that in the right place, I turn my zip over and I stitch the edge of my zip along there, because I know that's going to be in the right place.
Some people are scared of zips, aren't they, Leann? Why do you think that is?
Yes. Do you know, I just think
it's a zip.
It's a zip. I think it's because it's got the teeth, it's got the little metal edge, and you need to sew quite close to it. And if you don't do this and you get it the wrong way around, you've got the zip bit inside, and then you have to unpick it all. So as long as you take your time with what you're doing and just think about it, you're absolutely going to be fine. There isn't going to be a problem at all. And if you follow that video instruction that we've got, that's going to make it very easy for you as well. So I've got my lining. So once I've done this and I've got that in place, I would then put my lining piece, and again right sides together, my lining piece there, so the zip is sandwiched inside, hold them together with some quilting clips, and then go right along the stitched edge. Now when I've done that, this is what I would end up with. So you can see here, if I do that, I've got my wadding and I've got my inside piece, and then when I open it out, there we go, and I've stitched along. I've got my lining inside, there's the zipped piece, and here's the outside, and my little zip tabs are encapsulated there. So that's exactly what I've done. Now what we need to do is put the remainder of our pieces on here. So right sides to right sides for my zip here. I've got here the right side to the right side. My wadding's going to go there. There it is. So that when that opens out, that's what I'm going to have. And then on the opposite side of my bag, let me just turn that around for you. So that's there. I would be using quilting clips at home. I'm doing this in Sue Smith style.
By eye.
By eye. Turning my bag over, and then my lining piece, right side to right side, there, along the zip, along the top of the zip edge. Don't worry about these pieces here. They're going to get trimmed off later. Okay? And then this whole thing goes through the machine. Now, I am going to find myself a quilting clip or a pin.
I've got 100 over here if you want one.
Can I have some of your quilting clips or a little pin?
I won't throw them. You know, if you saw Becky, nearly took the other Becky out with a bundle of felt the other week, honestly.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you not know your own strength?
It was not me, it was Becky, Becky S. threw it at Becky R. Honestly, nearly caused an injury.
Oh, wow. Now, I'm just changing my foot to my zip foot, Joe, on my sewing machine. whenever you're sewing a zip, always change to your zip foot, and I'll just show you the difference between the two, actually. So you see here, I'm sorry, thank you, that's a regular sewing foot,
Yep.
where your needle goes inside. Here, for a zip sewing foot, all of that outside space is taken away, so that this edge can run right up against the teeth and your needle goes in and out here. Just allows you to get closer. If you have been scared of zips, not had a good experience, it might be, I know, it might be that you've been trying to sew a zip with a regular sewing foot.
Oh, we don't do that.
You don't want to do that. Always change to a zip foot. So I'm just going to use a couple of these clips just to stop the zip moving around and keep it nice and still.
Devona says, so glad the show has been moved from Sunday morning. I'm learning so much and really enjoying the sewing shows. Angela says, I've got all those stencils. They're fantastic. I use them for quilting patterns and embroidery on hankies and napkins as well. There you are. Angela says, if pressing to one side, always press to the darker fabric.
Oh, well, that's a good
Towards the
top
darker
tip.
fabric. That's a good tip, isn't it?
That is a good tip. I like that. Okay, so I'm just going to stitch down it now. Notice what I've got here. I'm feeling where the teeth of my zip are, so that I can feel how close I'm getting to it. And just to make sure that I'm not running over them. That's what this finger's doing here. Just making sure that I'm feeling where that zip is and stitching down beside it.
Cara asked if you can use these with a regular Gemini. Do you need a Pro? No, these will go through your original size Gemini, which is fantastic.
Now, I've just getting to the point, Joe, where I'm going to put my needle down and lift my foot up, because I can feel that I'm coming next to where the zipper is. So what I'm going to do then is just move that away.
Are you going to move it past your needle?
See there?
Yeah.
I'm moving it past my needle where I've already stitched. And so now, when I had the needle down, I'm still in the exact place. I haven't moved it or lost my position or made any mistakes. I can put my foot back down, carry on sewing, and I've gone past the zipping mechanism. I think that's something that scares people as well. So it's a good idea to just pause, take your time, move it out of the way.
Any questions you've got about anything on the show, you can get them into us. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're across on YouTube. Drop them in the comments there and I will pop them across to lovely Leann. I can see George is doing his warm-ups in the wings at the moment. He's stretching. Just finished his star jumps. So he's doing some one-legged squats at the moment, ready for his big entrance.
Right, so you see now I've done that, so I'll just show you again. So I've just taken it out the sewing machine because we took the time to line it up properly. When we open it up, there's the outside of my bag with a zip in the middle. If I flip that over, there's the inside of my bag with the wrong side of the zip in the middle, so I know that that's all perfect. My zip is partially open. Really important when you do the next bit that you have your zip either partially or fully open. Doing this little end zip tab bit here where your zip doesn't come right to the end, hugely helpful because you're not going to accidentally whip that off and lose it and have to start again, and it means you can have it fully open. The reason to have it open is you can't turn it inside out if it's not.
Ah, okay.
So it's really important that you have that partially or fully open. You then going to take your right size, and how long have I got left, Joe?
5 minutes.
Take your right sides and put them together, and your liners and put them together. Use your quilting clips just to keep things nice and still. I would pin around here with a lot of quilting clips, or I would be using a lot more of these, of regular pins. But I'm just going to use a couple for now. You'll forgive me if it's not
Get
perfectly
100,
precise. won't you?
100 of those. Buy 4, get 6 free for $19.96 or $27.80. So it's always good to stock up, isn't it, on something like that when you've got such a fabulous deal.
Now, the reason I've done these two quilting clips here, like this is going to be a visual reminder for me to not stitch in this place. I need to leave this open, and
Okay.
that's going to allow me to turn the whole bag the right way in. So I'm going to start stitching here, which is my first part of where I don't want to go. I need to change my foot again. I like a proper foot when I'm stitching round because it keeps everything nice and still and flat. It is important to keep changing between your feet. Never be tempted to just not change your foot. It's so important. Right, okay, so I'm going to start here. This is the beginning of the gap. Get my seam allowance in place. Now, when you're stitching around curves, take your time and let your hand guide you. It's a little bit like driving the car on the road. You don't watch the road. You don't watch your steering wheel, you watch the road. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You
So-
don't, bit like driving a car, you
Don't
don't
watch
watch
the
the
road.
road.
That's not what I
No,
meant.
I'm not sure that's how it works.
No, so you don't watch the steering wheel to see the curve on the road. You just keep your eyes on the road and your
Yeah.
hands follow the curve.
Absolutely.
So it's like that with a sewing machine. So
Yeah.
you're going to watch where you're going, but you're not going to try and drive it.
Keep your
And-
eyes forward and your smiles for your mother, as I like to say.
Yes, Joe.
Brilliant.
I'm just going to say yes, Joe, for this show.
Sorry?
Back tack. I'm just going to keep saying yes, Joe, to everything. So I'm using this little guide here. So you see, I'm not actually forcing this through. A little bit like driving a car. I'm just following the curve in the road. And that'll give me a nice, even, curved sewing direction on that bag. Now, I'm just making sure my zip is in the right direction there. So making sure they're all where they need to be. They are. And then when you come to sewing over all of these layers, because what I'm about to do is sew through my wadding, my outside fabric and my zip. So I'm going to be careful and go slowly, 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 feeding it through. When I get to that piece, stop, because that is where all of the stress is going to be when you're opening and closing the bag.
Okie doke.
So at that point I back tack, just for some strength, and then keep going. When I get over that little hump in the road, the tricky bit with all of the layers, then I can up my speed again and just sew around. I might need a little bit more than 2 minutes, but not too many, 2 more. And then just keep making sure that you're bringing your edges together and not letting it move too much out of shape. Use a lot more of your pins and quilting clips than I am. You could even extend the size of your stitch if you wanted to. But you can see here, Joe, I'm not forcing the fabric through at a curve. My hand is very gently guiding. And that is the key to getting beautiful curved results, I think. Not trying to force it too much. And it took me a long time to realise that, Joe. I used to be stopping and starting, putting a centimetre through at a time, not daring to let it go in all one sewn line. They used to terrify me. But just practising. And actually, that's a good point. Cut quite a few of these curved pieces out on old, horrible fabric that you're not going to use at home. Just practice sewing some curves, sewing a couple of pieces together as a little practice piece for you before you go and do your final bag, and see how you feel with it. Right, so I'm going to slow down again because I've got to that piece. So slowing down, over where they all meet, in the middle, reverse. So I'm back tacking, that's where all the stress is. So go over that a couple of times. Back through all the pieces again slowly. Once I'm through that, you can up the speed and follow around. And just keep moving your edges together. Leave yourself enough room to push the bag through the hole. Now that just depends how long you've been sewing and how comfortable you are with it. I'm going to leave that much space just to make it easier. So what I've done is go all around the extremity of the bag. All around there is sewn, with the exception of this one small gap here, which is big enough for me to get my hand in.
Okey-doke.
And then all I'm going to do is push the entire bag through that hole. So it all comes back through on itself. You see, I left my zip open, so that makes it easy. That then pushes that outside. I can put my hand through the lining again, inside the bag, and push out all of the pieces that I've just sewn. And if you've got one of those bamboo, like corner pokey out
Isn't it
tools,
called a dibber?
yeah, something like that, then use that to get in. I'm going to use the handles of my scissors, but I'm actually just using my fingers. You can see what I'm doing is I'm pushing against the seam here so that the seam goes around the lovely curve. You can, and what I should have done is snip into the seam, just didn't have time. So if you want to, you can snip into the seam and that'll give you more of a curve, but because I was careful, that's actually pretty well curved without me having to worry about snipping into the seam. So now that I've done that, I would do the same for this piece here. And I would take my gap that I've left open, fold that inside and that inside. And depending on what you want to do, you can take ages and follow the curve, or I'm for speed, just closing it. But I would actually at home make sure that I was following the curve. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Going under here. This gets sewn closed now. Back tack for your seams as well, just to make sure that things don't come apart, especially if you're gifting it or selling it. You don't want it to come apart later. So that's now closed. Take off all of your pieces of thread that are left. Put your lining inside. Follow that curve around. zip it up.
Et voila.
Voila, you've got a really lovely, either a little clutch for a night out or a really pretty cosmetic bag, and that's all done. Now the other two patterns that you can do with this is that lovely little one that we've done there, which might be my new makeup bag now. And then we've got this cosmetic case
I like
where
that
we've
one.
got these dies that give you this gusset.
Love a good
which
gusset
is
on a
great.
bag.
I do as well, because you can get loads more in it. So you can see there, and then you've got all the little pockets inside where you can put your little special pieces, or you can do a little shoulder bag, little handbag as well.
How
in the same
cute.
style. Put your strings on there. So 3 different bags with that one template set,
Yeah.
which I think are great. These are fabulous dies, Joe.
Yeah,
They're
and you're-
some of my favourites, I have to
You're
say.
also getting 3 sets in there as well, which is
Are
good. So you're
you?
getting 9 projects in total for $39.97 or $54.91. You're saving over £50, almost $65 here as well. Let me take you through then the 3 that you're getting. Set 1 gives you the jewellery case, the fold-over clutch bag and the travel wallet. 2, that gives you the mini bowling bag, the crescent clutch and also the cosmetic bag. And then 3 is a cylindrical one with the drawstring drum bag, the fabric storage basket and also the cylindrical carry case. So brilliant, brilliant value there. Don't forget as well, we have a mystery bag available too. You will get 4 mystery half meters. I'm just going to open this up just to share with you what a half meter looks like. But you won't really, you'll get 5 because every single order placed from the Softcraft section of our website between now and the end of Sunday will have a mystery half meter, a random half meter of fabric. It's all really great quality quilting fabric that we bring. You'll have a half meter added to your basket, which is brilliant, because I would say average half meter of fabric probably $6.99, $9.99, looking about something like that. So brilliant that you're going to get one of those added to every single order, which is wonderful. We also have some suede effect fabric. Now I love this because suede, quite difficult to work with, quite difficult to look after, especially if it's things like wallets and bags and stuff. It ends up marking really easily. So what this does is it gives you the effect of suede, but much, much easier to work with, much easier to look after. After? I don't know what happened there. I don't know where I was going with that, Erin. So you can go for the black, brilliant 20% discount on all of these, the red, which is really striking, the slate blue, which is kind of like a turquoisey ocean blue, and my favourite, the mustard. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. The other great thing as well is that you're getting a nice big piece, 50 centimetres by 65 centimetres. Now, I am Romeo done for a few days. I am not back with you until next Friday. I'll be back with you, but I'm going to be leaving you in the very, very capable hands of Mr. Akid. He's sat over there on the sofa. How are you, George?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you.
Good, good. Yeah, very special day today. It's my year anniversary of this TV.
Congratulations,
I know.
1 whole year.
1 whole year.
Happy birthday to you.
It's like Marilyn Monroe's here.
Isn't
It
it?
is, isn't it?
I know. Yeah, so what a very special day. Loads of stuff coming up for you, including those wonderful sewing workstations, which I've got here for you, which are incredible. They are
These are
awesome. We're
brilliant.
looking at those massive as well. Also, the sewing caddy bag. So much to come up in the next hour or so, Joe.
Oh, absolutely right. Well, I'm going to can all the way out of here.
Pokey tools and paper pads, gilding, wax and stamping mats, scissors, glitter, builder blocks, faux snow fabric, rocker blocks, Bria's misters, quilting clips, and die brush tools, precision snips, finger daubers, acetates, stencils, glue guns and templates, Gemini Pro, Julia and the OG, Gemini Go, Mini and the MIDI, tri-blend brush pens, aqua pens and aqua blends, illustrators, classics and tri-blends and color blends and glitter pens and sparkle pens, outliner pens. Fine tip glue applicators, envelopes, creators, stamping platforms, boxer boards, the big score and scoreboard, Nina card and craft card, glitter card, matte black card, graphics, wadding and adhesive sheets, glass mats, guillotines and pen trays, ball tool, dice and zinc trays, mitre tools and binding tools and toe bags, USBs, bone folders and punches, low-tack tape, pin brushes, stamens, mountboard, flower forming foam, outline markers, DVDs, felt quick writing pads and CDs, gilding flakes and washi tape, tacky glue, red liner tape, craft and sport press, sparkle pots, Centura, pearl and sticky dots, pigment, ink pads, chunky glue, body bags, all-purpose glue, embossing folders, blending tools, storage folders, much more too. Water reactive ink pads, body bags, craft magnets, year of craft and glue, stick and spray and stick away, dotty tape and split pens, acrylic paint pens, tape pens, watercolor card, rotary cutters, magazines and stamping card, Ultimate Pro and the rotating design board, Ultimate First Compendium, Sarah Signature Collections, and don't forget Discovery Kits. Oh, and there's foam pads, think that's it. One final thing, foam on a roll. Foam on a roll.
First time
I've
I've
seen that before.
Oh my word, I've just stood here with the biggest grin on my face because obviously we know all of those people, they're our friends and colleagues. I just think that was absolutely genius, and as soon as I'm finished here today I need to phone Ben and congratulate him and everybody else, the whole team. What a performance. I just loved it.
I was saying we've never seen that before.
No, well because they keep me in my, I'm like Harry Potter. Did you know
well,
that,
that is
George?
true.
I've got a cupboard under the stairs.
Yeah.
And I get locked in there until I've had another 20 product ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm not allowed out, which means it's not often I see these things because I'm usually in my cupboard under the stairs. And Hedwig, well, she hasn't had enough mice lately, so she hasn't wanted to go out and send a message to Hogwarts to rescue me.
Oh, I love it. Welcome if you just joined us. What a great show it's been so far. It is the Softer Side of Life. My name's George Akid. Happy Friday. Don't forget, we've got another 45 minutes or so of Softer Side of Life, and then Jodie's going to be here with Tonic in about 45 minutes. Some great deals and some great products. Get ahead of the game on the website, crafterscompanion.com.uk.eu. We teased this before the break, before the wonderful Can. This is incredible. A brilliant collection which you absolutely love. It's the storage template collection. Now you are getting a 50% saving off on this, which is just incredible. So many great ideas for you to start with. We've got the sewing workshop. You're getting that one today. You're also going to be getting the sewing organizer. And to wrap up this great collection, you're also going to get the storage caddy, plus the binding tool as well. £24.98, $29.40, which is already that in brilliant saving of 50%. Add on top of that your Club Inspired discount. Look at that platinum price, £19.98 at $23.52. Remember, if you want to get involved in the show, it's never been easy. Just comment below on Facebook and YouTube. Alison Jones, these die sets are perfect. We showed them before the break with Joe. A perfect introduction to bag making. So many possible variations depending upon fabric choices. Perfect for trying out some of those gorgeous fake suedes. Four suedes, which we showed as well before the break. Loads of great deals. And Marciel saying, happy anniversary, George. Well, thank you very much. Pam E, I have a few of these and I can't wait to get a permanent sewing desk in my craft area. Again, that is always great to have as well, isn't it? A permanent sewing desk. Now, this is, out of everything crafty-wise, this is sort of what I know more than anything is soft crafting. It's what I do, costume making and things like that. So I'm very excited when I'm always on a softer side. Don't forget, if you want to see what Tonic's bringing up for you a little bit later on, you can head to the website at crafterscompanion.com.uk.eu and see the full range. But today we do have the master at work, the wonderful Leann, demonstrating for us. So Leann, what are you going to be demonstrating for us next?
So we're doing that fabulous storage tote that we've got on the show there, George, and we're going to have a look at how to make that. However, you know when it was saying it was National Inadequate Day, was it inadequate or was it awkward?
Awkward.
Oh, well I could,
That's awkward.
I could have some awkward, inadequate moments because I didn't know that you were a costume designer.
Do you want to do panto?
So are you a whiz on a sewing machine then?
No, I'm a hot gluer.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I can hand sew very well. My mum taught me to hand sew, and I can do a bit of hand sewing. Yeah, and that's the thing. I design costumes, and I'm not the best at using a sewing machine, but I can design something and I know what fabrics I want, and I can go to someone, make me this please, and then I can repair it if needs be.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's okay, I might not feel quite as inadequate then, that's good.
That's all right.
So I've cut out all of my pieces. Now what we're going to make, because I don't know, you haven't got a sample over there, we're going to make this lovely storage tote, which is extremely capacious. I absolutely love it. So you've
Beautiful.
got all of that space in there. You've got a handle which can be unbuttoned so that you can get taller things in there, or for ease of access while you're
Wow.
working on it, and then button it together to make the handle to carry to carry it wherever you're going next. And you've got all of your little pockets on the outside as well to slot in your useful tools. So this is what we're making.
Lovely.
I've cut out all of the pieces I need. So what I needed was, and I've got a piece already sewn together, which we'll come to in a second. So to do this, you need your outside pieces and your lining. And so from your outside decorative fabric and your lining fabric, you cut exactly the same, which is one of the base pieces and 2 of your decorative and 2 of your lining. Then you also need your 2 handles as well. And again, you need them in the lining as well as the pieces I've got here. So double this in a contrast or the same colour, depending on what you want to do. And then the little tool pockets for the outside, you cut the you get all of these measurements in the template, so don't worry about remembering it. You get it when you get it home. You cut 2 of these, sew them together at the top. I've just ironed them over there, and they're going to get sewn on the outside of your piece to make the pockets for your tote, and you need 2 of those, 1 for each side.
Perfect.
So we're going to start assembling, George. So the first thing to do is to get our handles in place. So I've got my piece here, and you see I've got this wadded, so it's got some nice structure. So I've cut it from my fabric and a piece of wadding. My lining piece is already put together. We'll come to that in a sec.
Lovely.
But you're going to do exactly what I do here.
Yep.
You do for the lining. So you just repeat the process.
Perfect.
You've got 2 exactly the same.
Lovely. Rhonda's saying this would be a perfect Easter basket.
Oh, yes.
With the
I
Easter
love that. It's for
fabric, yeah.
Easter hunts or for putting gifts in for
Yeah,
Easter.
absolutely.
Yeah. Love that idea. So I'm just going to stitch now my 2 handle pieces to my bag. So I'm just going to take my time and do that.
Love that. Don't forget as well, loads more coming up for you on the day. Don't forget 6 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. Pacific. We do have your masterclass. Michelle's going to be back. We've got Mindful Projects, which is going to be awesome. Looking forward to that. Michelle is getting herself ready, all relaxing in the zen. And the wonderful Jodie is going to be jumping in again during that as well with more stuff from Tonic, which I had a look at earlier. My goodness, there's some brilliant stuff as always from Tonic. Back in the studio in just under over 40 minutes or so. I know Jodie's very excited. It was always great to see her. But these lanterns that they've got just look incredible. I look at some of the stuff from Tonic and I go, that's not paper. I don't understand how it's paper. It is brilliant. Loads of great stuff already. Marcielle is saying, I love all the Harry Potter references, Leann. You are the best.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really kind. I love Harry Potter. I'm actually, at the moment, because I'm doing a lot of crochet for my new granddaughter, I'm actually listening to all of the Harry Potter audiobooks, which are read by Stephen Fry.
Very nice.
And I'm thoroughly enjoying them, I have to say.
I don't like Harry Potter.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow.
I tried reading the books and I never got into them as a kid, so I tried the films.
Have you listened to the audios?
No.
Come on, George, come on. Stephen Fry.
I do like Stephen Fry.
I think Stephen Fry will convert you.
I'll give it a go. I do a
Go
lot
on,
of driving.
just give it half an hour.
Okay.
That's
For
all
you.
I'm asking for.
Okay.
Half an hour with Stephen Fry. I think he'll convert you.
Okay.
I'm going to tack my external pockets in place now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just tack with a large stitch down the left and right hand side just to keep them still when I'm stitching them together. And actually I'm going to put the pockets in place as well, so that'll keep them all nice and still. I just like them not to move around. So if I increase my stitch size, and I haven't got my glasses, here we go, that's going to do a tack for me. Because it's not to hold it in place, it's just to stop it moving. So it's not to stitch it, it's stopping it moving, if that makes sense. So a quick run down there with a large stitch. Same on the other side, just to hold it nice and still when I come to do the next piece.
Yep. Laurie is loving that basket idea. She's like, oh, I love the basket idea. If you're using some of that chicks fabric as well that we've got on the show, the Easter chicks fabric, or any of the spring fabric, I mean, we're perfect for an Easter basket. Even something inside your house as well. Angela says, George, my youngest sewer wants to be a costume designer for a career. Don't base it on my career. I just get by in my life. Sometimes I make a costume and go, it'll get me through the next half an hour, and then just a bit of tack and stitch, unthreads on stage. I've had that before.
Oh dear.
And yeah, I tell you what I did have. When I did Panto this year, I made a necklace, but I get the ping pong balls, you know, like costume, like ping pong sized balls.
Oh yes.
Necklace, pin through them, elastic all the way. On stage, really dramatic moment, you know, tearing Cinderella's, tick it up, and it snaps. 16 ping pong balls just flying all across the stage. And then, unfortunately, there's nothing you can do. And it was on a rake as well, so a rake is where the stage is a bit of an angle. So they just all roll to the front.
Was that your awkward moment, George?
That is my...
You're not even Joe, you're George. Sorry, George.
It's all right, don't worry. You've had
Sorry,
time for it.
love.
That's all right, my lovely. Yeah, that's one of the most awkward moments. I once had it where my trousers fell down. Nothing you can do. The elastic just unravels and you're left, you know,
That
nothing
is
you can
awkward.
do.
Yeah, that could be
It
awkward.
happens. It happens.
It does happen. That happened to me live on TV.
Did it?
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm short and I was behind the counter. It was on Create and Craft.
Yeah.
And I had an elasticated waist skirt on.
Right.
And, you know, the mic pack and the talk back unit's quite heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it was too heavy for the elastic. And, yeah, everything went south. Thankfully, I was with my good friend Nigel May,
Yes.
who saved the day and my modesty.
That's always good.
That was a bit awkward. If it wasn't Nigel, I don't know what I would have done, to be fair. Right, so I've tacked them both at the side. So they're the pocket pieces for the outside of your bag.
Yep.
Now all you need to decide is, where do you want your pockets? Like, what are you going to put in them? So you can do it in half and have 2 pockets. You can do 3, like, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to do them in half for speed. But you will just choose to stitch as many of these in place as you like. Now, what I do is I start at the top of the folded piece. You can see I've got my needle perfectly parallel to the top of the pouch.
Yeah.
I then drop my needle. And by doing that, it's in place now. Then what I do is take my speed down to very slow. And I go backwards and forwards. And I go off the pocket, on the pocket, off the pocket, on the pocket, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Because that's your stress area. That's when you start stuffing the pockets full of stuff. That's where it's going to really pull.
Right.
So if you've gone backwards and forwards, on and off the pocket, that holds it firm.
Great tip.
So that it's not going to go anywhere. And then you can just stitch your top stitch your straight lines wherever you want them to form your pockets. I'm just going to do 2 for speed, George. But you know, if you wanted 8 pockets on there to put paint brushes in, or makeup brushes, if it's a makeup caddy, then of course you can do that. But that's created my 2 pockets for me.
So
doing that on both sides.
That stress stitch you do at the top, do you do that at the bottom as well?
No, because it gets stitched in at the bottom. So the stress is where you're pushing it in and you've got your double stitching around the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to have belt and braces, George, there'd be absolutely no harm in doing that whatsoever. I don't bother because of the way it's stitched in, but if you would like to, please do.
Absolutely.
So needle down, and then I go over both ways, on and off the pocket, a few times, and then just continue all the way down with a straight line.
Easy as that.
Easy as that. That creates the pockets on the outside.
Perfect.
So once I've done that, now I just need to stitch these 2 pieces together. So they go right sides together. Right sides together means your fabric is together. Do that there and there. Make sure they're nicely lined up. Use a little quilting clip just to keep everything in place. On the corners as well. Just make sure that's nice there. Do that over here. So line up all your edges. Just keep everything nice and square. And then stitch those together.
Those quilts, they're easy to say. The quilting clips changed my costume maker's life.
They're brilliant, aren't they?
Because she used to make costume and I'd get halfway through a show and be getting stabbed and realise that she'd sewn a pin in.
Oh.
So I was like, I bought you a present, quilting clips. Remember, you have got a great deal there on your quilting clips. You are paying for 4 packs, so you're getting paid for 40 of them, and you're getting another 60 absolutely free. A huge saving there for you. £19.96, $27.80. Always worth adding into your basket, those little bits of extras. Don't forget, if you want to see what else is coming up in the show, you know, we may not get a chance as well to see absolutely everything. So head to the website, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.eu. click the shop for the show. Remember, you can see the full options that are available for you today. If you want to get involved in the show as well, if you want to get involved in the show today, this is the time to do it. Ask us away. Any questions that you want to ask, just comment below. It's never been easier. We've got loads of great shows. We've got Erin producing. We've got Charlotte directing today. Don't forget, Jodie's going to be here from Tonic. Rosalind said, "Oh, George, give it a go." I'm a big Harry Potter fan also. All right, I'll give it a go. I'm driving back tonight, back down to Barnsley, so I'll have a little listen on the way
Yes,
down.
that's the perfect time to do it.
I know, I will do. And I am a big fan of Stephen Fry. You know when people say, who would you invite to your dinner party?
Yes.
Stephen Fry is always on that list.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic. He's so listenable, watchable. He's so intelligent.
Yes.
He's so knowledgeable. But then he makes everything very understandable as well,
Yes.
doesn't he? He's just great.
Absolutely.
So you see, I've stitched those two. What am I like for time, George?
About just 5 minutes.
Okay,
Lovely.
so I might have to talk you through some of these pieces.
Yes.
So I've got the two outsides together there. I've stitched them and my pockets are in the right place. Now I'm going to attach this to the base. So we do right sides together again. So I need to make sure that my base is going to come round here in this way.
Lovely.
And so you can see through there, there's the base. So I've got my right sides together. Now what I need to do is use a load of quilting clips.
Yeah, do you
So
need
I
some
to
more?
find I do, George.
I'll bring you a couple of packets over.
Yes, please, love, because I need a load for this.
Fresh delivery for you today.
Thank
There
you.
go. Loads more quilting
Thank
clips.
you,
That's all right,
George.
lovely. I won't charge you any extra. You're welcome. Loads of you getting in touch in the show today, which is brilliant. Angela's saying, I made some of these some of those baskets with Mickey Mouse fabrics. Great idea. And Alison saying the pocket dividers also look lovely if you use one of the decorative stitches on your sewing machine. I always forget about those on the sewing machine. Yeah, decorative stitches always look great. Still you get great strength as well.
Definitely. So you see, all I'm doing is and actually I'm just going to show you. I'm rushing it, George, and I'm not going to rush it.
No.
Because I want to show you what I would actually do at home.
Okay.
So at home, I would halve this, and if I had some pins, I'd show you, but I can't find my pins, George. Where are the pins? There's pins there. There's everything but sewing-wise under here. So I would mark this at home at the half point, and I'm just going to put a quilting clip here for now.
Yeah.
So there's my half point on that quilting, with that quilting clip. Here's my half point with this quilting clip. And then what I would do when I'm putting the circumference of this bag around that circle is I will take the half point with a pin and line that up with the seam. I don't need any pins now, I've done it with the quilting clips. So I've lined the half point up with that seam there, and then I go to this opposite side, and I line the half point of my circle up with this seam here, and that means I've got an equal amount here and here to go around, and it does not get bunched up in one corner. Because if you don't do that and you just trace a circle round, then what happens is you end up with, you run out of space, you just don't get the two circles to come together. I then do exactly the same by going halfway round the circle there, clipping, coming here, halfway around the circle again here, clip, and you see how this starts to actually bring that shape together where you can see where you're going to stitch, and it makes it so much easier. So then I go in between those two clips and in between these two clips, and it just makes the whole process so much easier. And I can see where I've got a bit of excess fabric there, look. So I can start to manipulate that round and see where it should be. So I had it a bit tight there, so that's going to come here. There we go. And round here, and then we're going to imagine how much time have I got on this?
A little bit more time.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
that
I
would be
think it's
great.
going to be worth it though, isn't it? A little bit more time.
I
on
think so.
this.
Just to show you a couple more of the important things for you to do when you get it home.
Yeah.
So see, I've kind of got that in the right place there now, so I can start stitching it round. And you just do that in your machine by taking your time, by really taking your time. Now, I'm not going to, because I'm just going to show you how you would put it together, and then we can move on to the next thing, because there's quite a bit to explain. Have I got time to stitch that round? Okay, we'll stitch it. We'll stitch it.
Let's do it.
They're going to give me the time, George, which is great. So
That's
we're going to
what's good.
stitch it round.
Perfect.
So what you need to be careful of is when you're doing this, go slow, go round the corners, make sure you're feeding it all in as you go around, but don't go too fast, and be careful you're not catching any of the other bag folding under. So under here, I'm going to be putting my hand under there all the time and making sure I gather away from my foot anything so it doesn't get caught in the wrong place. And take it slow is my biggest piece of advice to you.
Lovely. Slowly, slowly, catching.
Slowly, slowly, catchy. And I have to hold it up like this. I'm going to be hiding it from you sometimes as well, and that's the problem with sewing round a circle, sadly. But I'll try to do it so you can see.
Okie dokie. Remember as well, if you've got any questions or anything you want to ask, get involved. Colleen is on the socials today. Half an hour left of your Soft Side Live before Tonic come and join us in the studio. Jodie's going to be here. If you want to see what Tonic are bringing up, I mean, I've had a sneaky peek already. They look incredible. I mean, it's Tonic. What would you expect? They're going to be coming up for you in around half an hour's time. Head to the website crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.eu. You can see everything that is coming up for you on the show today, and you can also see what we've had for you in the Soft Side of Life. And don't forget, you can have a look at what's coming up for you in your masterclass about your mindful crafting with Michelle. She's going to be here tonight, 6 p.m. here in the UK, or afternoon over on the East Coast, 2 p.m., 11 a.m. Pacific time. They're all the time ranges for you today.
Okay, so just going to keep lining up the bag to the base, keep twisting it round, follow it, take your clips in and out as you go, and take your time. So you're lining your edges up, making sure you're not catching anything that you shouldn't be catching. And definitely just being careful with this is the way to go.
Yeah.
Like, don't rush it, because you'll get a much nicer and neater finish at the edge by not rushing it.
Of course. Yeah, this is when the slowing the speed on this sewing machine really comes into its own.
It does, especially with a machine like this, because I've got my foot to the floor.
Yeah.
And when you've got your foot to the floor, it still doesn't go any faster.
Yeah.
Which is great.
It's like cruise control in a car.
Yeah.
Good. Car reference for sewing. When I was at school and we did textiles, you weren't allowed to use the sewing machine until you did your driving test on the sewing machine. And the driving test was a piece of paper which had different lines on it, like curly lines, circular line, you know, just different shapes and stuff. And then you don't have to put any cotton in there. You just stitched it with the pin. And until you pass your driving test, that's when you're allowed to sew with fabric.
I'm not surprised. I think that's an excellent idea. Now, I've started to stitch that. I haven't finished it, but I want to show you how, because we've got lots, and I need to get out of the way so Jodie can join us as well. I know that. So if you see there, by just taking my time, you get that beautiful finished line.
Yeah.
And so then what you do is turn your bag the right way out. So we're going to imagine that that's stitched all the way around. And then I've got my lining, which I've done exactly the same. So you can see my circle is stitched inside there. My pieces, the entire piece is exactly the same. And then you do right sides to right sides.
Yeah.
So I'll turn this inside out. There we go. And then what happens is, remember how we bagged out that little cosmetic bag earlier?
Yes.
George, this is exactly the same, but just a little different.
Okay.
So then the bag that you've just stitched goes inside there. You line up your handles here and here. You see that gets inside there. And then you use your pins or your quilting clips and you line your two seams together there so that they're nicely lined up. Quilting clip. Your two seams here, your lining and your outside together there. Quilting clip, just so they don't move. And then when that's all stitched in the bottom there, and that is like that, you stitch around the whole thing.
Right.
But you leave here about a 3 or 4 inch gap. And then through that 3 or 4 inch gap, you turn the whole bag through, exactly as we did with our little cosmetic pouch earlier.
Yeah.
And then all you do when you've done that is go and find that edge, turn it in, and do a top stitch on the edge to finish it. And that's how you get your fully lined tool bag really quickly and easily. Of course, you can put a little button in the top there and it'll be all ready for you to use in whichever way you like, with all of your little pockets on the outside.
Perfect. Great, I love that. Loads of you loving this. Carletta, my daughter and I made a quilt of velour for her husband before they got married. He loved it and hangs it on the front room now. It's great. That storage template collection, remind you what you're getting within there, that brilliant half price saving for you. 3 brilliant stencils allowing you to make some great storage. Starting off with your storage caddy, that's coming for you first. You're also going to be getting in there your sewing workstation. And then you're going to be getting your sewing organizer. Those 3 great stencils for you there, and that 50% saving. And then you're also going to be getting that quilting tool as well. Absolutely, binding tool, should I say, sorry. You remember your Club Inspire price included on this, so it's more than half price, £19.98, $23.52. Loads of love coming for these. Leslie, I love this as a casserole dish holder too. Great idea, making a casserole dish. Love that idea. Loads of great stencils. But if you're using the stencils, you're going to need some great fabrics as well. And like you said, who was it? Rhonda said, if you want to make it into that wonderful fabric, make it into a wonderful Easter basket, you're going to need that wonderful fabric. Starting off, first of all, there it goes. Starting off, this is where I always get lost. It's on the fabrics. The mini heart floral pink on cream, that half metre fabric for you at £6.99, $10.49. This would be a perfect bind lining for that basket as well. Some great colours in here. That wonderful specks of yellow into there. Talking of yellow as well, you've also got here for you that wonderful yellow half metre fabric. Those wonderful heart florals again. That great colours in there, that wonderful highlights and mustard in there for you. Then you've also got that same design, but in that wonderful blue colour as well. 3 great families of that wonderful fabric, that floral blue half metre fabric as well. Again, gorgeous, love that. Really nice and summery and springy. Remember, your Club Inspire discount applies to all of these. Then you've got your spring gnomes. Again, if you are making that Easter basket, what a great bit of fabric you could use here. I mean, gnomes with bunny ears. That's what you need in your life, absolutely. There it is for you, that wonderful spring gnomes on that wonderful cream, all the different images there for you, and that one. Then you've also got the mirrored bunny and chinks on rose pink for you. They're the wonderful chicks there. Again, another great fabric, so much great detail in it. And then you've also got that a wonderful spring floral on cream there for you again at £6.99, $10.49. Remember your Club Inspire discount on all of that, £5.59, $8.39, all for half metres. Then we've also got your mystery fabric bundle as well, so it's going to include those wonderful 4 half metres of fabric. And as well, you can get an extra freebie as well, so technically you're getting 5 as well. Let me give you a little sneaky peek. I mean, this is beautiful. That is a gorgeous fabric, loving that. Just one of the other fabrics that you're going to get in there. All the little bees, you could get it, who knows? That's the mystery. The bees, the flowers, who knows what you're going to get. £20, $25, and your Club Inspire discount in there, £16, $20, a great deal. We've also got for you today the mini patchwork element and the wonderful cutter as well. Brilliant price. You are getting the rotary cutter for free. The rotary cutter, easy for me to say, the rotary cutter is just makes cutting fabric so much more easier. You've seen it used time and time again. Don't be afraid to use this, I promise you, it is going to change your life. £24.99, $29.95. You're getting the mini patchwork templates, all different shapes there, 12 different templates. Then this is what you're getting for free. I mean, to say you're getting this for free is incredible. £24.99, $29.95. Remember, your Club Inspire discount applies to this at £19.99, $23.96. A great deal and a great collection for you. The rotary cutter, Leanne, is just a brilliant tool. And to get that for free,
it's phenomenal. And that's I'm looking around, seeing if I've got one of them to cut with, because I haven't. I've got an old one. That is a fabulous rotary cutter, and there's a couple of reasons why, so it'd be good if I could tell you why it's fabulous. George, thank you so much. I'll make sure that you get it back. Thank you. Because the reason that this is fantastic is you're probably sat, or there will be some of you at home thinking to yourself, oh, I'm pleased that's a really nice rotary cutter, but I'm not going to bother ordering it because I'm left-handed.
Yep.
Which I understand, because rotary cutters aren't interchangeable a lot of the time. This one is because of the way we've designed it. So what you would do if you need to change it from being a right-handed rotary cutter to a left-handed rotary cutter is lock your blade in place, then you unscrew this, the blade comes off, gets screwed onto that side, and it's now a left-handed rotary cutter. So you can swap the blade from either side and use it right-handed or left-handed.
Great idea.
And that is why this, I think, is absolutely genius.
Perfect.
Because it doesn't exclude you depending on the preference of the hand you have. It also comes with replacement blades. You've got them in the packet, and the feel of this in your hand, it's really robust because it's got a really lovely shape and ergonomic grip to it, so you feel safe in the knowledge when you're using it. And it keeps your knuckles and everything else out of the way. It's fabulous. And then, of course, you've got that easy-to-access lock switch, which stops the blade coming out.
Yeah.
So it's a high-quality tool, George, for sure, that you're getting for free in that bundle. This is the rotary cutter that I use at home personally all the time. Now, in this pack of acrylic templates that we've got here, these are truly genius. I adore them, and the reason I adore them is they have been sized to perfectly work with your fabric strips. So when you've got one of those fabric strip rolls, you do not need to cut down strips of fabric from your special fabric at home. You don't need to worry about getting the right width or anything like that. It will work with these straight off the roll, and you'll be able to put projects together really quickly and easily. So the examples here show you how they can lie on a strip to get the best out of them. And then what you've also got is a whole lot of instructions in here to show you the different ways that all of the shapes in this particular set can be stitched together for all of the different blocks and patterns, which make it really easy. So how to use them? Well, let's say I want to use this 60 degree diamond, which can be a tricky little blighter to cut out, George, a 60 degree diamond. So I'm going to take my 60 degree diamond and I'm going to line it up on my fabric strip roll the way it tells me to here. So it tells me to match it top and bottom, which I can see there. So once I've got that matched top and bottom, all I then do is take my rotary trimmer and against there, cut.
Easy as that.
And then I can do exactly the same on this side. Now what I like to do is I like to turn it round. I don't like to reach over myself. You choose at home. My top safety advice to you is I don't like to then do that if I'm holding this here, because the blade is crossing my hand.
Yeah.
And the ability to come back with that blade and cut yourself is strong. So what I like to do is turn it round, make sure that's lined up, and of course because I've got that template it's in the right place anyway, and then go in with my trimmer against it and I've got my perfect diamond. And then this now translates to there, no wastage. That's the only time I need to do it with the first one. Once I've done the first one, the rest of this fabric strip for 60-inch diamonds is easy because the angle is perfect. I put the template against the angle, my blade against the template, cut. Again, angle against there, blade against there, cut. And I've got all of these perfect 60-degree diamonds really quickly and easily from my fabric strip. That could not be easier, could it?
No.
And then they can all be put together. The same works for your other shapes that you've got in here as well. So it could be that I want to do a half hexagon. So let's say I'm going to do my half hexagon. My first cut is on this side. I then turn that round to do this side. And then all I do is continue because my angle's in the correct place.
Perfect.
So I can just cut my half hexagon, make sure you're going all the way because it's in the right place. I just rotate my template. So that's the other thing you can do. You don't have to keep moving the fabric if you don't want to. So the last half hexagon that I cut was there. Let me just show you. You'll find your way as you go along.
Yeah.
There was that one. Now I'm going to cut one here. Just turn the template round and continue on your piece of fabric.
Lovely.
By doing that, and that cuts it off, and then turn your template and your angles in the right place, and you can see I'm getting all of these half hexagons and there's absolutely zero waste.
Perfect.
And the same applies for all of the shapes that you've got in here. Now, when you've got all of your shapes cut out, so it could be your half hexagons, your 60-inch diamonds, whatever it is, using your fabric strip roll, and imagine this is everything you get in a fabric strip roll.
Wow.
Imagine how many projects
Yeah.
worth of, you know, small patchwork shapes you're going to get out of that and be able to do. If I move these all to the side, we'll tidy them up in a second. Here's the other thing. Always when you're tidying up, lock it.
Yeah.
You don't want somebody picking it up by mistake and opening the blade and hurting themselves. These are the sorts of things you're going to be able to do.
Kim's got a quick question about the rotary cutter. I have wondered if this type of rotary cutter will be good to cut around my paper patterns when I'm sewing clothing. I know they're great when you have plastics, however, are they as good when they've got paper?
So you wouldn't cut on the paper. So if you've got your paper pattern pinned to your fabric, it's good to go around your paper pattern to cut out your fabric shape. What I would never do is cut out the paper pattern with the rotary trimmer, because you're going to blunt the blade. So if you're happy to replace the blade, do, but it's like your favourite pair of scissors. Paper will always blunt a sharp blade. Cutting fabric doesn't. So if you don't mind replacing your blade more often, if that's something you're happy to accept and you manage to get round the lines, knock yourself out, of course, yes, you can do that. But if you don't want to replace your blades as often, you want to keep your rotary trimmer pristine sharp so that you don't get any nicks in your fabric and you've got that lovely smooth cut, then I wouldn't. Unless I had one blade with a big Sharpie permanent marker on saying paper, and then the other ones were fabric, so I could swap the blade in and out. But I would keep a blade for paper and not contaminate that when I'm going to be using fabric.
Perfect.
So here's a quilt all made with those tiny little templates.
Wow.
So all the pieces cut out from fabric strip rolls and then sewn together, which makes a lovely lap quilt. We've got a cushion here with some of those little templates. That's really pretty, isn't it? I love that. It's happy rainbow contemporary colours, using those little acrylic templates in your fabric
great.
strip rolls. Here's another pattern. This is my favourite. I love a chevron. And I think this is gorgeous as a little cover. I would love that as a big quilt, actually, as a lap quilt. I think that would be gorgeous. So you can do your chevrons if you want to. Here's your little tumblers. Love a tumbler quilt. Great that I can do it with my fabric strip rolls and get all those colours going together in those strips. That's fabulous, isn't it? So that's with your little templates. I've got a tote bag with my 60-degree diamonds that I've just been cutting out. That could be a nice book bag or a lunch bag or whatever it is you need to do. Gym shoe bag, off to the gym. And then finally, love this one, because that's using a different couple of the templates where I've got half triangles and I've got some of those little hexagon halves in there as well to get that lovely, it's very like magic mirror interference with your eyes, that isn't it? It's gorgeous. So many different things you can do with those little acrylic templates. Very easy to cut them out from your fabric strip roll because of the way they've been sized, so you don't get any waste.
Perfect. A brilliant product, and I love how we say mini patchwork templates, but just in the projects you can create with something so mini, that is what you can create. At a brilliant price, you're paying for the mini patchwork templates, you're getting that wonderful rotary cutter absolutely free, which Leann's just been using there. A brilliant price, £24.99, $29.95. Remember that 50% savings, not even 50% better than that, and you're getting that rotary cutter absolutely free. Your Club Inspire price on that is £19.99, $23.96. That is incredible. Carla is saying that quilt is so pretty. It really is. They may go missing after the show. I'm just saying. We've got some great deals for you on fabrics, like always on the Soft Side of Life. Let's remind you, first of all, with the wonderful fabrics, the wonderful mini hearts on pink. Again, prices you're paying are all for half price. I'm going to move these other fabrics out the way. Again, £6.99, $10.49. Some great detail on this fabric here for you. Then you've got the yellow hearts, the mini heart floral yellow. There it is for you. I love how bright and vibrant that yellow is as well. There it is for you. Remember, your Club Inspire platinum price on this, £5.59, $8.39. You've also got the mini hearts on the blue as well. Again, with those wonderful bits of white just popping in there for you as well. Then again, your wonderful gnomes, spring gnomes. You know those spring gnomes because they've got little rabbit ears and sunglasses. That's how you know it. There they are, ready for a great day. You've also got the mirrored bunny and chicks as well. Again, that brilliant price for you on that £6.99, $10.49. Love that pink. gorgeous colours. And then you've got the wonderful spring florals as well for you, on that wonderful cream for you again at £6.99, $10.49. I think that's my favourite for you. Your Club Inspire price from £5.59, $8.39. Also for you on the website, some great deals on your fabrics for you in the mystery bag, the mystery bundles. Ooh. You've got a chance of getting 4 half meters of fabric, £20, $25, plus that extra freebie. I mean, there's so many great fabrics. Maybe you're going to be getting this in your basket as well. Again, another great fabric there. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. You also, this is what I love about us here, you also are going to get that wonderful Club Inspire discount, £16, $20. Even though you're already getting a huge saving, you're going to get that great, brilliant Club Inspire price as well. Loads more to come up for you. Tonic's going to be here shortly, the wonderful Jodie. But Leann, thank you so much for this afternoon.
Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not often I get to do a softer side show, and you know, it's what I do for fun rather than work, so I really enjoy it when I get the opportunity. Thanks, George. It was nice to catch up, and please do let me know what you think of Harry Potter on the way home.
I know someone did comment saying, Kim said, George, I've not been a fan of Harry Potter either. I know, you're in my club, Kim. I know, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. I'll do better, promise. Leann, thank you, my lovely. We'll see you when we see you. Do you know when you're back next? Any idea?
I'm very excited. I'm back on Tuesday for the launch. Dare I tell you, Rob, what of?
Go on.
Can I tell you?
Go on.
Who's going to sack me? For the launch of the Academy of Colour in the UK.
Yes.
I am extremely excited about that. We've got 3 hours. And it's going to be glorious. It really is. It's going to be fantastic. So you have to tune in for that. It's Tuesday.
Perfect. I'll be with you for some part of that
Wow.
on Tuesday, and I got to sneak a peek of that on the launch party, so we're very excited. Jodie is going to be here from Tonic very, very shortly. So we will see you back here for even more crafting fun on Crafters TV. See you shortly.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy, get yours now.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, $1 or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Hello, yes, welcome back to Crafters TV. Happy Friday, it's the weekend, some places in the world, but it is time to get ready for a brilliant another hour of Tonic Studios. Thank you to the wonderful Leann for a brilliant 2 hours of softer side life. We're back though until 5 o'clock here in the UK with the wonderful Tonic Studios, and of course, who else but the wonderful Jodie is joining us. Hello, my dear.
You're right, sweet.
I'm good, how are you?
I'm absolutely fine, yeah, ready to go.
Perfect. Now, I mean, I walked in this morning, I was like, yeah, I've done it again. Out of the park, as always, with Tonic. So, Jodie, if people don't know, who are Tonic?
So Tonic started cutting. Yeah, they started with guillotines, knives and scissors, started to manufacture for other companies and realised how good they were at doing that particular sort of job. So they built the business all on the cut. So when you look at the word tonic, we have little bubbles coming out of the O. That was actually because the gents were sat in the garden looking for a name for the business that was the same all over the world. And they came up with the word tonic, because that's what they were drinking at the time. They were drinking gin and tonic. And tonic is known in every pub, no matter where you are. So they decided to call themselves Tonic. And the little bubbles coming out of the top, that was actually the bubbles coming up the glass.
Love that.
So yes, we're named after an alcoholic beverage.
Perfect. That's what you want in life, isn't it? Let's start off with some brilliant deals, as always. Starting off with the Oriental Lantern Collection. Now, these are incredible. Two great designs here, as always. I mean, every time you come in, I just go, it's paper. Remind yourself, George, this is paper. So, you've got a huge saving of 40% here, £48.99, $52.99. You've got the Sakura Blossom and the Wave of Light. So which one is this one, Jodie? This is
that is your blossom.
This is the Blossom, and this one here?
Skylight.
Skylight, and this one here. They're just beautiful lanterns. Now, I accidentally opened the lid on one of them, and so I went, oh my goodness, what have I done? But actually, that's how it's designed, isn't it? To open up. You've got all different elements inside. You can put things in there. I absolutely love it. Let me show you actually what you're getting with this wonderful collection for you here today. Move it all to the side for you. Starting off here with this humongous dies you're getting. You're starting off here with your wonderful Sakura Blossom dies. Everything there to make your wonderful lanterns. And again, this is made from cardstock. Bear that in mind, that is made from paper and cardstock. And then you're going to be getting decorative elements within there as well. I love how the panels just come in to decorate it. That is just incredible. And you've got the Oriental Lanterns of Light, the Wave of Light there as well. A brilliant collection and a brilliant price, £48.99, $52.99. Remember your Club Inspire price, £39.19, $42.39. What a brilliant price this is. Now, I say this every time. I go, this looks really hard and really complicated, but you're going to show me it's not, aren't you?
It's easy. It is so easy to put together. What I'll say to you is take your time. Yeah, it's supposed to be a hobby. You're supposed to be enjoying yourself, so take your time. What I do is I cut all my pieces out that I need first of all, okay? Now we're going to start with this particular die here, because we're going to put two of those internal pockets in. So what we was talking about is these pockets inside here. So when you open this up, you've got all these internal little pockets inside. So we're just going to put two inside ours, because we don't have to do them all, it's up to you. So we're going to put those two little pockets in first of all. So looking at this die here, we do have a little score line here, and we have little score lines coming all the way down the side. Now the die that you need to put those in is that die there. On the bottom there, it's got a little debossed line, and that is going to go to the bottom of there, okay? So let's tape him in, and let's just run this through. So I like to bring it up about 1/2 centimetre from the actual bottom there. We're going to tape that in, and we're going to run that through the machine. So let's just take him, sandwich him in there, and run it through. So that's going to give us that cheeky little pocket, okay? Now we are going to do it on the other one as well. So a lot of questions were asked is best weight of cardstock, 240 GSM. That is absolutely fine for this, absolutely brilliant, keeps its little score lines in place. But look, by using that little die there, what it gives us is that internal little pocket there.
Love that.
Okay, now we are going to have two, so let's bring the other one in as well and just quickly run that through. So make sure you've got your score line to the bottom, centralise it and tape him down before we run him back through. Now, the main die in this collection is this big long one here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to do the 6-sided box, so we're going to need 3 of those. So let's take this one out, and then let's take that little window bit off there. Now you must train your card, and by that I mean you're going to break the fibres and you're going to give it a little bit of TLC just to give that contour to that paper. If you don't, then you're not going to get this together, okay? You must train your card to begin with for everything to go in. Now, if you don't like running it over your fingers, because sometimes if you do, you can get paper cuts, if you just take it on your work surface,
Yeah.
and just give it a little bit of a tease on your work surface, you're going to get those little curves on the side there. Now this little top line here has got a score in, and you're just going to push that back on itself. So it's going to look a little bit like that to begin with. Now coming into these centre panels, these are your centre panels, and you're just going to bend those little lines over, making sure that everything is bent on there, okay? Now the one that I did this morning, I did with tape. This one we're going to do with wet adhesive, so you can see that you can use them both. Now, if I was at home doing this at home, I would be using wet adhesive, okay? You get a lot stronger finish if you do use wet adhesive. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this little glue tab here, and I'm going to come in,
Yeah.
put my adhesive on that bottom there. I'm going to do the other one as well so that it can start to go tacky. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend that back on itself so I can see that leading edge. And I'm going to bring that panel in, and I'm going to hold it so it's parallel with the bottom of that leading edge. And we're just going to hold that for a minute.
Yeah. Rhonda's asking, what would you put in the pockets then? So what would you put in there?
What wouldn't you put in your pockets? You can get sweeties in there. We have got, I think you've got the one that's got the tea bags in.
Have I?
Yeah, there's, which one is it? I don't know which one it is. It's one that's, or have I got it? I've got it.
You've got it.
I've got it. So
Okay.
this one here has been done with all different tea bags. So when we open this one up, it's got all individual tea bags, and even in the little holes at the side, it's got the tea bags in as well. And if you're using different tea bags, they've all got a different aroma as well. So like your Darjeeling is a little bit woody. Yeah, so you can get real nice aromas in there. If you just want it as a smelly, then those fabric scent bursts,
Yeah.
you could put those in there as well, and it would be a lovely scented aroma. But, you know, just put sweets in there. Maybe you want to put something in the middle rather than the pockets, because you don't have to have the pockets. Yeah, so we've got those two sides in at the moment. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your adhesive now, and you're going to pop it on those side little flaps there, and then across the back of that top. So you squeeze those in at the same time as lining up that top edge.
Yeah.
So once that top edge is in, it's going to hold those little side panels as well. So I'm just going to hold that between my thumb and my forefinger. Just going to get those central in there, and we're just going to hold that top edge. And this is why I say it's so important to get that concave on those sides, because if you don't, there's no way would you be able to bend this card to go around. So you can see that that side is in, ready to go. So let's go ahead and do this side as well. Just bringing in a little bead of adhesive on there, across that top edge, and you're going to bring, oh, I didn't fold my sides, let me fold those little sides in, squeeze them in, bring in my leading edge,
Yeah.
and just tweak that together, keeping it nice and tight in there. And we're just going to hold that for a minute, because once this top edge is done, it brings the card tight into there.
Yes.
So we don't have to worry about those edges. They find their own positioning.
Lovely.
Okay. So there we've got part of our box. Now, as I say, we're only going to put 2 pockets in, and I've got my other bits here. So all we're going to do is we're going to bring the other bits in, and we're going to stagger them
Perfect.
on top of each other.
Easy as that. You could, I mean, look at this. The possibilities with these are endless. They could be wedding favours, they could be birthday presents, little gifts, pick-me-ups, anything like little spaceships like Erin's saying in our ear. Is the grease making you think of spaceships, Erin? Very good, okay. Okay, good. She likes it, that's the main thing. But they are incredible. And this is the thing, there's not anything like this on the market out there, really, is there?
To say they're made out of card is
Exactly.
unbelievable. So while that is sticking together, I'm going to put it to one side, okay? And we're going to look at doing the actual lid. Now the lid is this die here, and you're going to need to cut that 3 times. Now, because we are using metallic cardstock, I am using high-tack tape, okay? Because otherwise we'd be here till next year waiting
Yes.
for the adhesive to actually dry on that metallic. So we're just coming over and we're bending all our little compartments, bending all the score lines so that everything is ready to be stuck. So last one here, bend those little tabs. Your die's done all the hard work, it's put all those score lines where they should be. So as I say, we are using high tack in this instance, purely and simply so that we can get a really good stick in the middle.
Good.
So we're just taking all those little bits of carrier sheet away. Just prise that off there. Just tuck that little bit in. And then we're just going to place one over the top of the other. So the easiest way to do it is bend those back so all you can see is that sort of bolt hole in the middle. And then you're going to bring this one, and you're not going to look at the edges, you're actually going to eyeball the middle. So
Yeah.
if you eyeball the middle, then you know that all the sides are in the right positions. Okay, so let's do the next one. And let's bring that in. Taking all that tape away, and we're going to bring it in and eyeball that middle again. So bring that one in, eyeball the middle so that it's right, and stick that one down. So we've got all those 6 sides there.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to come round and I'm going to take away my tape, and I'm going to do it in segments.
Okay.
So I'm literally doing just this top segment to begin with.
Yeah.
Just bringing it all in and lining it all up and sticking it down. So this is going to give us a little bit of a dome on the top of that box. Bring that one in as well.
Kim's saying, I love this box. Tonic keeps on amazing me with their products line. And Jodie is amazing at the demo. She makes it look like anybody can make the boxes.
You can.
Another Tonic collection coming to my house.
Anybody can do this. Just take your time, as I say. You know, there's no race to get to the end. Just take your time, have a play. The best thing to do is when you first make one, just get that scabby old piece of card out at cupboard. You know, the one that's got the curly ends on it.
Yeah.
That you don't know what you're going to do with. Yeah. Just take it out and have a play in just ordinary card, nothing special.
Yeah.
And then once you've decided, yeah, that goes there, that goes there, you can then get your speciality cards out and get
Lovely.
those involved. So I'm coming in now and I'm doing the little side panels, hooking them over to give us the little lip on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
So come on, Mr. Tape, let's have you. There's always one that don't want to play
I know,
ball.
isn't there just?
Always. Come on. Oh, I nearly had it then.
Come on, you can do this.
Oh, I've got it, I've
Yes.
got it, yeah. No going away from the Johnson. Let me get my eyeballs on it as well, it helps. So let's take this off of here. And we're just working our way around that last one there as well. So that there, as you can see, has got all those beautiful contours on there.
Yep.
It is beautiful, it really is. Now we're going to come in with some of the detail dies on this, and we are using the one that is so oriental in design. The main panels are
Love those.
beautiful. Or it could be a Space Invader. You could use it on a card and make a Space Invader screen with
absolutely.
Pac-Man coming in and ghosts going round there as well. But we're just going to, it's amazing what crafters see in it. So I'm just going to come in and put these little panels on. As I say, I am using high tack because I've not got the patience to wait for adhesive to dry. Well, I don't. There's no going away from it. I'm the most impatient person in the world.
It
So.
depends on construction. This tape's the best for construction, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you want longevity, then use your wet adhesive.
Right.
Yeah. So we're just placing on all these little panels and pulling them on here. I love the fact that you get the different edges as well. So in there you've got straight edge and you've also got a stitched edge.
Yeah.
So this has got the little stitch edge on this particular one. Starting to look pretty.
Very pretty indeed. Love that colour combination as well.
It's very bright and bold, isn't
Yes. Not Tron, like Erin said. Is that the film? I've never seen the film. There's two Trons. Oh, okay, original and the remake.
I don't think I've seen either.
I've not seen them. Well, that's our homework sorted. I've got to listen to Harry Potter on the way home.
Oh gosh.
And I said to Leann I wasn't a Harry Potter fan. That was,
I have to say I do like Harry Potter.
yeah.
I do. I have to say if you go to Harry Potter Land in the States, oh my word, it's like going. It's like a kid in a toy shop.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So that one is going to go onto there. So we've got the decoration on the lid, but we need our finial. We need our little finial that goes in there.
Yeah.
And that is this die here. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks a little strange, but just go round and bend all your edges, making sure that everything is bent. I don't bend these end ones yet,
Right.
though, okay? So let's just put that crease into there because it's got a little bit bent in my pack. But all we're going to do is we're going to come round, take all these tapes off. I mean, this makes the most beautiful little finial. If you've got something like, I don't know, our tone dies that make some drawers, you could actually use these on your other projects as well. Anything that you want a handle on.
Kim said, my first Tonic collection was the Halloween coffin collection. I made 50 of them that year, and they were so easy to make after I made the first one. What's the Halloween collection?
Do you know something, Kim? We were actually discussing this in the office because we're going to do some more Halloween dies, and we were discussing different things that we wanted, and that actually came up in conversation because that was one of the best things ever. So it was a box in the shape of a coffin.
Yeah.
And the lid actually opened so you could put sweets in it, but it also had a fully working skeleton in there as well. So you could position him in different positions, or you could put little brads in his arms, so you could move his arms and his legs.
Love it. They do need to come back. Now, a lot of people are saying you need a paper towel for your red line tape.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, everyone's like, you get her a paper towel.
Yeah.
Well, the paper towel, Erin, it for some reason, the red line,
does.
it's attached. It just
some,
attaches to it.
There's some here, look, let's
moths to a flame.
Let's show you. Okay. So it's a bit like static electricity, isn't it? So the red liner tape actually stays on the kitchen towel. Okay, so I've got my little finial here. So because I've not taken those ends off, it means that I can actually get this through the hole in the top of my box with no issue at all.
Perfect.
Okay, so just taking off all these little bits of tape now, and then we can push this through the lid. So now this, we level it up and we push it through the actual lid until we go down to the score line, okay? Then we flip it over and we open the legs on the inside, and that is actually going to give us
Perfect.
the lid like so. So
Easy.
you've got that lovely lid for the top of your jar. So let's bring in the rest. Now, because we have got these two little pockets, we need the locking mechanism. Now, your locking mechanism is this wee little die here. It's the smallest die in the whole collection. You're going to cut that twice, and you're going to stick it just on the curved edge, which is then going to allow you to be able to spread the back legs out.
Right.
Okay, and that is going to form a, oh, I've got two there. Why have I got, I've got three. I've got three all stuck together. Let's just re-stick it together. So that is going to come in and just sit above that little latch there, okay? So let me just hold that until it takes. So that's going to go onto that side. We're going to put the other one on the other side as well. So let's bring in the other one. So just, you're going to do it so it's like a little split pin at the back there. So let's stick that one on as well. So that's going to come in and sit on the other. So I'm just going to hold that one and that one at the same time.
Okie
a
doke.
minute, just so that they actually adhere. Come on, stay there, sweetie. Because if you don't, you're going to have some red liner tape on your bottom. And that one at that side. So we need the latch now that goes on.
Yeah.
And your latch is actually that die there.
Oh, perfect.
So the way to put your latch on is a little adhesive on its bottom. I then put my craft pick underneath my window to hold it up. I put my latch through there and then just pull my door into my latch.
Yeah.
So I'm literally giving a little bit of support on the inside. So I'm actually holding it on that inside door so that that actually latches on
Right.
to that one there. And let's do the same on the other side as well.
It's very simple, isn't it?
It really is simple. There's nothing hard about it at all. So placing that over my latch, put my craft pick in there to support my door, and then I can just stick that onto there. So that now is going to latch over that one when it's stuck and give me my little door on there. Okay, so these here are feet.
Okay.
Doesn't look like feet, but it is. They are my feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend over my little score lines, like so. Bring in 3 in because we need the 6 sides to our box. So before I stick those on, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to flip this over and start to bring my panels in. Okay. Now, this is why I say give them a curve beforehand, because if you give them a curve beforehand, you're in for a running chance of not having to hold it as much. So we're just going to place that one onto there.
Yep.
And then working our way around
Rhonda is saying these lanterns are brilliant. They really are. I love this combination of colours. That green's very Empire. What's the Statue of Liberty colour?
It is,
colour.
yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. When we went out to see the Statue of Liberty, I was surprised how small she is.
It's very small, isn't it? Apparently.
Yeah,
I've never been, but I've heard many people say how small it is.
It's the first thing I was like, is that it?
Yeah.
You know, when you see it on the TV, it looks huge and intimidating, and when you get there, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a tiny little thing. Did you think about the Eiffel Tower, Charlotte? You see, I'd seen the Eiffel Tower in Vegas, obviously, because there's the scale replica, 3rd scale. And I was like, oh, that's pretty big. And then I saw the Eiffel Tower, so I was quite impressed. The Little Mermaid statue in Copenhagen, that's very disappointing as a sight. Yeah, because you see it looks really magnificent, and what you don't see is actually it's not. It's just a couple of feet off the coast, and it's just very disappointing. But I was a bit like, oh, is that it? It looks really grand and magnificent in the pictures, but actually when you get there, it's
weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that one is going to go onto there as well. So while those panels are actually drying, I'm going to come in with my feet. Okay. So I'm going to take my tape off there, and I'm actually going to stick them all together. So we're going to take 3 of those and stick those together, and then we're going to, as we fold this box, the leading edge is going to be exposed for me to be able to put. Turn that round, Jodie. You stuck my foot on the wrong way around then.
Yes, I know what you mean about the thing you get there. You go, is that it? Is that all that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing worse. We go, oh, okay.
I was disappointed with the Statue of Liberty, I have to say.
I know there's certain things in life where you go, oh, you've waited ages to watch it or to go and visit it, and you go, is that it? Have I waited all that time for that?
Yeah. So now we're going to come in and we're going to put our feet on.
Yeah.
So I literally bring that parallel to the edge of my box and then work my way around, putting all those panels parallel to the edge.
And what cardstock? What GSM cardstock?
So
are you
this
using?
is per lesson. So
Right.
this is actually a 260.
Lovely.
Yeah, but you can make your box out of a 240 and then just put extra wee little panels on. So let's get that one into there. Come on, baby, in there. Thank you very much. Let's just stick all those on. So we've now got the bottom on our box. You can see how that comes up. Now, in some of them, they have got an internal lip as well. So this die here will give you an internal lip that you can place around the top that actually holds it all together when you take your lid off. But I like the fact that when you take your lid off, you've got that surprise when everything cascades down. I quite like that effect. So I'm not going to put that inner lip in. So we're going to bring all that together. We're going to put our lid onto there. And we're just going to finish it off by adding one of the wee little detail dies that are going to sit right onto the top of my little Finial. And you've got that amazing gift box. Now, people say, well, how big is it? It's big, okay? Yeah. Oh, this is this in inches? It is, isn't it? So, the width of your box is about 5 inches.
Wow, huge.
And the height of it is not far off 6 inches. So you can see it's quite a substantial project when you've finished it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm trying to look for something for comparison. Right, so a lot of you have got stick and spray at home.
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow.
That's for size comparison. You can see it comes up right to the virtually to the top of the label on the stick and spray bottle.
Perfect. A brilliant collection. Love that. Absolutely love it. The Oriental Lantern collection. There's 43 different dies in total. You can make those brilliant lanterns. 2 different shapes there for you as well. £48.99, $52.99. Remember, you can buy a discount on that at £39.19, $42.39. Absolutely love those. So much love and fun for them. Remember, love them. Lanterns are brilliant, says Rhonda. They really are. These can be yours. We've also got a great deal for you on the glues today for you as well. Brilliant price on these, the funky sticks, as they are affectionately known. 2 different sizes, 2 different weights. Brand new for us here at Crafties TV. A saving of 25%, £4.99, $7.49, and that Club Inspire discount there for you at £3.99. Wonderful purple there for you, $5.99. Goes on purple, dries clear. Perfect. You're getting 3 of each size, 2 different sizes there for you, and you're getting 3 of each. Another great tool. So you remember Joe saying at the top what Tonic's famous for, its scissors and its blades. Well, that's no different here with the guillotine that they've brought in today. A great guillotine, as always, which you'd expect from Tonic. Portable, nice size, 8 inches in size. It's going to cut up to 8.5 inches or 22 centimetre wide paper. Those rubber grip handles there for you. That strong blade as well, as always, and a little magnet there to put your paper clips or anything that may just be a bit magnetic. Stick it there for you. £18.99, $25.49, a 15% saving. Look at that Club Inspire discount at £15.19, $20.39. It's not going to go anywhere as well with those wonderful rubber feet on there for you as well. It's also going to look great on your glass cutting mat. There we are. There it is for you as always. You know what a glass cutting mat is, that wipe clean, you've got the grid, you've even got that protractor angles there for you, that 90 degrees, and also 2 different card sizes there, 4.25 inches by 5.5, or the 8 by 0.5 by 5.5. Everything there for you. A great glass mat and a great price today for you at £10.99, $13.99. 25% saving for you today. Club Inspire discount £8.79, $11.19. A great glass mat as well. Something else which you're going crazy for today is the 2 little gift boxes. Little again, not being the right word because they are humongous in size. You're starting off with your 2 different designs. You've got the hamper box, and you've also got the vase box there for you as well. $71.99, $77.99. A saving today for you, 25%. You're getting the 51 different dies in total. Let me show you everything that you're going to be getting off. Starting off first of all with your wonderful Happy Hamper, as it is affectionately known. Here is everything that you're seeing, all different elements, even that wonderful little sentiment, love that, which is going to fit perfectly for you. A little something just to say. A great die collection there for you. And then you've also got the vase as well. Tall, slim gift box. All the dies were in there with affectionate, looking great as all well. Some brilliant decorative designs, perfect for your paper piecing. $71.99, $77.99. Club Inspire discount on that, £57.59, $62.39. Tony is saying, hello everyone, I'm enjoying watching the lantern making. It really is a great collection of lanterns, but we're going to be looking at the gift boxes. These are perfect, aren't they? I love the tall, thin one.
Well, I love the little hamper. It's not just a hamper, it's a happy hamper. It's like the supermarket advert, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you've got all those little details in there, you know, crying out for little nouveau drops onto the side there. But you also get the die that allows you to do the paper beads as well. So you can start to decorate all your different things with those beautiful little paper beads. So easy to do. Now we have cut everything out. I'm not going to use the detail dies. I'm actually going to use some of the patterned papers that we brought not long ago. So this here is your main die, and you're going to need that twice over. Now the same applies to this. Give it some shape, and then you're going to get a better finish. So I literally am coming in and I'm just teasing those side panels just to give it a little bit of a contour before we even start. So you can see there that I've got that little scallop edge there. So coming in, and I'm going to do both of those.
Lovely.
So just give it a little bit of love.
Yeah.
And then go through and bend all your score lines. Don't worry about the top flap at the minute. We're just bending those 4 little areas at the bottom. So we're going to stick both of those together. So just rotate them round, add in a little bit of adhesive into that bottom section and placing one directly over the top of the other, and that's as hard as it gets.
Is that it?
It's so easy.
Love
It
that.
really is. So this paper that we're using on here, this is our Mariposa paper pack. So we're just going to bring that in. You've got the outside edges in your collection, so you can just use your pattern papers if you so wish, or if you want to go the whole hog, you can use the decorative dies as well. But these are going to come and just sit flush on there. Word of warning, if you are using a patterned paper that incorporates writing, make sure that you put your outside edge die on them so the writing is in the right direction.
Lovely.
Because I made one the other week and all the writing was upside down.
Perfect. That's what you want. Kim has said she sent a picture of her Tonic coffins in.
Oh!
So Erin's going to have a quick look, see if we can show that. We'd love to see that today. That'd be perfect. Remember, if you want to get involved in the show, comment below. Colleen's on the socials. Any questions for the wonderful Jodie? Anything at all, we'll try and see the best that we can do. Just comment below. Remember as well, if you want to see what else is coming up for you, don't forget to head to the website, crafterscompanion.com.co.uk.eu. Click Shop the Show, you'll see a full range. And don't forget, coming up for you at 6 p.m. here in the UK, 1 p.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. should I say, 2 p.m. Yeah, 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. Pacific. You've got your daylight saving hours at the moment. The wonderful Michelle's going to be here for our masterclass all about mindful crafting.
So we've placed all those panels on there.
Yep.
Now, me personally, it doesn't tell you to do this in the instructions, but me personally, I like to glue my two edges together. Okay, it doesn't tell you to do that in the instructions, but I find I have more control if I glue and level those two together. It's just a Jodieism, okay?
Right.
I just find it so much easier to control it as I'm wrapping it all up.
Yeah.
So that's one side, and then I'm going to come in and do that other side as well. So what I'm going to ask you to do next is something that is very, very unnatural. It
Right.
feels wrong, okay, which I'll show you. So these little straps, that is the right side of my die, okay? What I'm going to ask you to do is stick that on so it actually looks like it's on the wrong side.
Okay.
So taking, that's my right side of my die, and I'm going to stick this on to there so that now the rest of this is the wrong side. It feels very unnatural to do it. But when you start to fold this up, the right side becomes the wrong side.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I trust you.
Yeah, when you say it, it doesn't sound right, but it is, okay? So we're putting those long straps on there, okay? So when we fold this up, what we're going to do is we're going to come through the top hole, and we're going to pull that all the way through. And it comes through to that first little score line that you can see on there. Now you've got choices, because this is our lid, okay? It does look a little bit like Tinky Winky. Can you see Tinky Winky? So there's different ways of doing this. So what you can do is we've got these little brackets here. Now you can bring that in, so you've got a really fancy looking bracket on there, or you can bring your lid straight in. It's up to you, okay? I'm going to stick mine onto here. So I'm just going to bend that little tab, and I'm going to stick it onto the top of here. So it's got like a little upright segment.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have stuck two together at the moment, so let me see if I can just prise those apart a little bit. Oh, yeah,
Like magic.
got it. So let's stick that one onto here. So I'm just going to bend that down and I'm just going to put it so that that bit is up in the air.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. Just going to place that on that one so it's up in the air. Now at the moment we've got the wrong side of the die here, haven't we? So you do get a single one in there as well.
Oh, I see.
See if I can prise this one apart. I don't think I can. Let's just cut it and stick it on. So that is going to come and sit onto that inner rim there. So you've got that double-sided little bracket. Okay.
Everything's been thought of here, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Everything has been thought of. So let's take the other one and stick the other one on the other side. So let's place that one onto there. Because what we're going to do now, we've got this run through, so I'm going to put my lid on and I'm going to come through the bottom of that hole. And then what we do is we take this and we wrap it all the way through. We bring it back up and it comes through, a bit hard to show you on camera, but it comes back through the top of your lid. Let's get it through there. It's peeking through here, look. And we pull it all the way through and then that feeds back down into the bottom so that it's literally wrapped that whole segment all the way through.
I see.
And we're going to do the same on the other side now. So I'm going to bring that through the top hole, bring in my lid down, make sure it sits over the top, and then I'm going to bring it all the way back through that side, and this time it just locks in. It doesn't feed back through itself. We're going to place on its decorative lid. Let's put its little edge onto there. These little tabs are going to feed into those little holes there. So they just come in and sit into those little segments there. So come on, in you go, sweetie. So that is my lid. And then these are my handles. So we're just going to fold those over and they're going to hook through those little gold hoops. And I'm going to stick one over the top of the other. Now, if you've got magnets, get your magnets out, yeah? Because by putting a magnet on this, it just finishes it off completely. It looks the bee's knees with a little magnet in there when your handle comes undone. So placing that one onto there, we're just going to hold that together. And then as, oh, come on, a little bit longer, Jodie. This is when I get impatient when I'm waiting for glue to dry.
Yeah.
I get a bit giddy and excited and let it go when I shouldn't do. So let's bring that round now. As I say, if you've got a magnet, put a magnet in there so that that will open on its own accord. You've got the little circle die in there that's going to give you that little sort of life preserve shape. Your polo mint that's going to go into the middle.
What do you call it, Erin? Are they polos? Lifesavers.
Oh,
Yeah, they're called lifesavers.
I love those. I could sit and eat a whole packet of Lifesavers. They are so
Are they
good.
different to polos then?
Oh, it's more.
Okay,
But
so-
the ones that I like are the ones that taste like Listerine.
What?
Oh, they're to die for. They really are. Every time I go to the States, I come back with about 5 or 6 bags in my suitcase. It is like sucking on a jar of Listerine. It's brilliant. So,
That's a good thing.
which,
Antiseptic mouthwash.
they're beautiful. They really are. So I'm just sticking my little corner brackets on there as well, which really just finish off those side panels beautifully. And everything is covered immaculately. So there we have not just a hamper, but a happy hamper.
Happy hamper indeed. A brilliant collection there. So many great ideas to be made with these wonderful happy hamper boxes. You can make the wonderful happy hamper. You can make the tall vase. Again, using your vellum. We've got one here with a shaker element made into it. There's so many different options. Here's your happy hamper. And here is your wonderful tall vase. Again, so many great options that you can do with these. Again, look brilliant. $71.99, $77.99, 25% saving for you today. And your Club Inspire discount for you at £57, $59, $62.39. Let's have a look at some other great options for you today. The Sparkle Spray collection. These are very popular today. 3 great colours for you, £13.49, $20.49. The wonderful colours you're getting on the strawberry ice, the Japanese maple, and the sparkling mimosa. 3 great colours, loads of love for these for you today. The Duanova sprays, the New Alpha sprays, perfect for you today. Duanova are my friends who are circus acts, and that's why I was like, saw the name, oh, it's Duanova. It's not. The wonderful collection here for you, £13.49, $20.49. Very popular indeed. Something else that's been very popular for you are the Dream Drops, again, from Tonic Studios. Always very popular. These are some great colours for you. Let me show you them. And these are very shimmery indeed. Let me just spin that one round for you. You've got here Cloud9, the Indigo Eclipse, and the Dragon Scales. 3 great colours and a brilliant price. £14.49, $17.99, 25% saving there for you. Remember as well, £11.59 on your Club Inspire, $14.39. Another great collection which you are going crazy for today are the Floral Strips collection with 21 different dies in total. 25% off here. You can buy everything individually, but that great price there, $47.99, you're going to get a great saving for you. Starting off here, first of all, with your roses for you. There they are, looking beautiful. I love these flower strips. These are just incredible. You've got here your roses, and there they are together when you put your roses all together. Then you've also been getting your wonderful poppies. Add that into there. I mean, they just look brilliant. Then you've got your poppies, and then you've also got your daisies. Again, another great collection. And then to wrap this off, you've got your coneflower as well. Look at that, just beautiful. Really great for adding into your collections there. Stunning as always. $47.99, $38.39 on your Club Inspire for you today. Brilliant prices. Loads of love for what Jodie's just made. Sherry just saying, this is adorable, Jodie. A wonderful hamper gift basket. It is beautiful. We've got about 15 or so minutes left on the show. What are you going to make for us?
The beautiful core. So we've got the outside edge, okay?
Lovely.
So these dies are a little bit different. So what we have got is we've got a base core die, okay? We've then got a second die that actually cuts every matten layer out for each of these flowers. Now, if I was to use those on their own, they would stay in my cardstock. So I could have that laser image just in the front of my cardstock. But what we've done is we've taken this into black card, so we've actually got a matten layer there. And we're going to bring in, which one are we going to bring in? We are going to bring, I better pick the one that I've actually cut the base for. So let's just take the die that goes on there, which is that one there. So we're going to be using the top one. So let's take away all these dies.
Yeah.
And let's start to bring this in. So by using the matten layer, I can then cut my detail die into that matten layer. So let's just centralize him, stick him down and run him through. And then we're going to do a little bit of paper piecing in red and yellow.
Great idea.
So all the way through there. And then we've already got the base in white that we're going to stick this panel on so that we can actually mount this.
Yeah.
So let's take that actual die. So just ease him out. So we've got the little detail in there.
So delicate.
Really, really pretty. So I'm just going to empty my die, taking out all my bits of card so that my new card has somewhere to go.
Yeah.
We'll put him through the machine while we stick the other bit on.
Perfect.
So let's run that through.
These really are designed for that perfect paper piece, aren't they? A perfect little die. Again, at a great price there for you today. Don't forget, coming for you in about an hour's time, hour and 15, we have got your masterclass all about mindful crafting. Michelle's going to be here, and there they are going to be a great...
Catch your place, catch your place, catch your place.
What's happening, Charlotte? I've never had Charlotte catch your place. I know, catch your place. Like, what? Deafened Charlotte in me. Catch plates. It's happened a lot of times recently. People get caught out by the catch plate.
Oh, bless her. So let's take a little flower. So I'm just going to add a cheeky bit of adhesive just into the middle of those. Going to bring my little flower into the fold now. I've got my sticky picky uppy tool.
Yeah.
So let's bring those. Whoops. Got a bit excited then. Come on, let's have you. Let's just place him into there, and we're just going to continue now, just building all this beautiful.
Well, talking of mindful crafting coming up, this is a perfect mindful crafting.
Oh, I love to paper piece, but I have to say I love to paper piece with double-sided sticky sheets.
Yes.
By doing it with wet adhesive, oh no, you get glue all over the place. But double-sided sticky sheets, bring it on. I'll sit for hours paper piecing. So let's find the one that I've lost.
Where is it? Is it in the die still? No.
Yep, there it is.
There it is.
So let's put that one into there as well.
Kim's just gone, oh, my budget is crying. I'm not surprised. There's some great collections on today.
So now let's bring in a tad of yellow. So let's just tape that yellow down because we want the cone to be in the yellow.
Yep.
So let's bring all those back in.
Charlotte is on standby now.
Yeah, I'll catch my plate, miss.
It's like a lifeguard.
I'll be a good girl.
Like a lifeguard, just stood there with a whistle. Watch your plates. Catch your plates.
Oh,
we get a t-shirt made that, no, Charlotte. Catch your plates. Catch your plates, Charlotte. Perfect. She's done it. She's very good. Are you proud, Charlotte? Very proud. Yeah, I can hear it in Charlotte's voice going, "Shut up now, taking the mic out of me, 'cause I will kill you."
Bless. So let's do the little cone in the middle there.
But I know what you mean about the adhesive sheets, because my goodness, will this make a difference?
Oh, they just make life easy. They really do. So I've got two of the little bits still in there. So let's just poke those into the right places.
Straight away, nice and easy.
Oh, that's just a cheat's way.
Yeah, I like that.
I love it when it stays in the die. So that is my little cone at the top of my flower. So let's bring the others in because we've got the other ones done there.
Wow.
And all we're going to do is we're going to make a little card. We're going to make his own card blank. So we've just put a little score line down the edge there. I'm going to bring in my matten layer. I'll tell you what we didn't do. We didn't do the little flower on the side there.
No, we didn't.
I got a bit giddy and excited. So let's bring that die back in.
Yep.
And just cut that other little flower at the side. Seeing as we've got time, we might as well do the whole job properly, haven't we?
Not long left on show. Got to do a demo of the show as well for you. Very, very shortly. Leann, obviously in Soft Side of Life. If you have joined us going, where is the soft crafts? Where is the soft fabrics? You can watch the show back a little bit later on. Join us earlier on from the show. Save it into your players. Come back and watch it. And rewind the show if you want to watch. Wonderful Leann. She was here for a good 2 hours, all about your soft crafting. And some amazing demos for you as well today. Every Friday, Soft Side Live, 2 p.m. here in the UK, 10 a.m. East Coast and 7 a.m. Pacific.
All right, so let's just take, because we've got a couple stuck in the die. So let's get those cheeky ones in there. Let's just knock those in. I don't know which ones they are, so let's just give them all a little poke. So let's find the other one, which is there. So the one that shouldn't be in there now has come out, which is good. So let's make this up. Let's turn these over and let's get some 3D foam on their bottoms
Yes.
to give them a little bit of height. And let's start to place these on. So I think we're going to go a purple one down there. I think we're going to have a blue one somewhere there, maybe. We're going to go green up there. So let's just get some spacing going. I think we're going to go like that.
Nice.
Maybe just a little lower down. Yep, we'll go there. So let's place this onto there. I'm going to place that one about there. We're going to have the other one just into there. And this one is going to come down there. And then we've got a little embossed sentiment that we're going to place just into the middle that says hi.
Love that. Perfect. Oh, look at that. Nice and easy. Done from the floral strip collection for your different dies, 21 in total. You can make that today. Starting off first of all with your roses for you today. Again, a great collection for you. There's the roses for you. Then you've also going to be getting in there today. Let me get the papers. You're also going to be getting your wonderful poppies. You're also going to be getting in here your wonderful daisies. And you're also going to be getting it as well within your collection, your cone flowers. £47.99 all dollars, and your Club Inspired discount on that, $38.39. Right, let's get demo of the show going. Demo of the vote. Demo, vote of the show. You know what I mean. Right, starting off with Leann's wonderful makeup bag made today. That is number 1. Right, so that's number 1. Right, what have you made? Quite a few bits for us today, haven't you?
I have got number 2 being the beautiful skylight, and number 3 being the happy hamper, and number 4 being your beautiful floral strips.
Loving that. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Few moments on that, guys. Let us know who demo of the show is. Right, 9 minutes left on the show. Starting off with your sprays again. We're going to see these in action very, very shortly. The Sparkle Spray Collection. I'm going to be your postman, delivering these over to Jodie very, very shortly. You've got your sprays here, 3 great colours: strawberry ice, your Japanese maple, and your sparkling mimosa. And you've also, as well, that brilliant price, £13.49, $20.49, saving yourself 25%. You've also got your wonderful drops as well, going crazy for these, your dream drops. I'm going to deliver these as well. When you order these, I won't deliver them, just so that you're aware of that. Your Cloud9 Indigo Eclipse and your Dragon Scales, again, £14.49, $17.99, 25% saving. Right, these are brilliant, aren't they, Jodie? They do add so much to your crafting.
They do. Come and play with me, baby.
Hey. I'm coming.
Come hither.
Okay, so you've got the drops there. So can you tell me which ones are which colours for me, if that's all right?
Absolutely. So this one here is your strawberry.
Yep.
We've then got the Japanese maple, and then that one there is your Minnesota. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the colours in there. They are gorgeous. Now, when you get these, you do need to give them a little bit of a roll, and that's going to mix all that mica up in there, your sparkle. It is beautiful, it really is. Now the coverage on these, they go wherever they want, whenever they want, okay? So if you are somebody who likes something absolutely perfect in the same space every single time, then don't buy them, because they do what they want. You need a large ventilated area and a spray box, which I don't have. So,
oh wow.
The coverage on them is beautiful, okay? But as I say, they go where they want to go. But these are absolutely brilliant if you are wanting to do funky backgrounds.
Yes.
So, let me just shake that one up. I'm having to do it to the side a minute because I'm right-handed, but look at the backgrounds that you can start to achieve. as it comes down the page, you're going to start to see the silver ending up at the bottom of your drops. Okay, so once that is dry, then go in with another colour and get some more drops coming down in other angles. Or if you do it in the same colour, you're going to get more of a, you know when you look at like petrol on water, you're going to get the darker tones within that as well. The coverage, as I say, is unbelievable. To say it's a spray, you can see how dark you can actually get it around the top here. So if you're using your different mediums, you're going into your mixed media, you want to cover up chipboard, all that sort of thing, then these are your babies to use. But after use, you need to clean your nozzle. Okay, now I can see a glass of water, so just bear with me while I get this glass of water.
You get that.
Because you need to clean your nozzle.
Right, well, I have been told.
So the way to clean your nozzle is you unscrew the top of your bottle, you take a piece of tissue and you literally put your pipe into the water and spray until it goes clear. Now when it goes clear, you've got no more mica sat in there. Okay, then that goes back into your bottle. Now when you come to use this again, a couple of sprays away from your project because there's going to be water inside there. So a couple of sprays away to eliminate the water out of there, and then you're good to go. Yeah, but you must clean your nozzles because you will end up all blocked up, and then you'll be like, what's happened? So take your nozzle out, place it into some water and spray until it's clean. There we go. And then just pop it back into there, and then you can take it away and store. But you can see how much mica is actually in there because it's just sat on the top of that water. The brill.
Perfect. Love that. So that's the Sparkle Spray collection at a brilliant price at £13.49, $20.49, 25% saving. Right, we've got a demo of the show. Jodie, you're a winner, baby. Number two, that wonderful lantern. There it is. Number two was your winner, made possible with those wonderful. I love that. Look at that. Absolutely love that. Now, a lovely lady, Kim's been in touch with her coffins. These are the coffins that she made. Love these. So these are the Halloween ones you were saying?
They are. So this was our coffin maybe 3 years ago, but the bottom actually came out like a little sweetie drawer.
Right.
So you could actually put sweets in there and have the candy coming out of the bottom where it says R.I.P. That actually flips open like a little candy drawer. But it also came with a skeleton that you could move into different positions, and yeah, it was a really good die set, that.
Love that. Love that. If you've got any pictures you want to send in, you can always do it. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. We've got a few minutes left, so we've got the colour drops as well, the Dreamy drops.
Yeah, so Dream Drops are a little bit different to Nouveau Drops. Dream Drops have got a different consistency, okay? Yes, you can still blob with them. You can still get your absolute perfect blobs on your card, okay? There is that beautiful opal shine to them. I class them as an opal, so you know when you're looking at like a fire opal, you've got all the different reds on the interior. You can see the different colours inside these when you're looking at them. Now, you can paint with these. They don't crack like a Nouveau Drop, so you can paint with them. We actually paint, there's one over by you that looks like the pink one here. Looks like that one.
Yes.
We actually painted the flower with them on the sides. But look how these change now. So are you ready? So that is your dragon scales. No, it's not. That's your indigo eclipse. That's the blue one. Look how it changes colour.
Oh, wow.
That was blue. It's not now. So the next one is your dragon scales. You can see that it's green. Is it green? No. It's yellow. The other one's your cloud 9. Is that white? Nah. It's actually pink. It's like a really light red pink colour. So you can see they change colour. No, not that one. I don't know where it's gone.
I'll find it for you.
It was a pink one like that. We actually did the little petals on the flower.
Yeah.
We painted the little flower with it.
Wow. Brilliant. Jodie, that is great. You can join us again tonight a little bit later on. What are you going to do for us then?
I think so. Yeah.
Fancy it?
I might try it.
Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, we're going to be playing with, I don't know which ones yet, but yeah, come and join us later on.
Absolutely. We will see you back here in an hour. Wonderful Michelle's going to be here for your masterclass all about mindful crafting. It's going to be very relaxed. So make sure you join me. Relax, never. Thank you to you guys for sticking with us, watching Soft Side Live. We'll see you back here in an hour for your masterclass with me, Michelle, and of course Jodie from Tonic. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.